talk about it or put any bad vibes out into the air, but Snacks is going to get tested come the second half on defense. G2 into the pistol round. They've got smoke, flash on Snacks, smoke on Nico, and a molly on m0NESY.
Calm before the storm. The setup is Immet and Bit for the apartment hold. Going to be tested here. Who goes first? Is it mid? Is it Apps? Apps steps in. Immet baits, confirms, and they clear out Bit. A lovely headshot in the apartments, no less. And now empty-handed is Immet. Molly to clear out the pit, smoked off. Alexi on the rotate. It's already looking like a G2 pistol. Just a clean clearance of the apartments. m0NESY and Hunter drawing first bloods.
I mean, let's be real. There should be no way back into the round for NAVI. Good opening kill on the Bit. I think Ima felt like he had to be the aggressor to find some safe space up in halls, and it's just not there. So G2 with a nice simple pistol.
This is the exact same setup that G2 had against Liquid yesterday. So it's a bit interesting that they go up against it, find the entries immediately. That's what you like to see.
That's it. Getting stuff started in the first round of play. I was about to start asking, you know, a little bit about what the best case is for NAVI in this scenario. Is it just saving Kev, being a bit more threatening into the next, bring that smoke and flashbang through?
And cheap upgrades to the armor. Yeah, that is the best case scenario at this point. We'll see if Wonderful can do it. Smoke. Ooh, and that's going to hold m0NESY off. So they do get a... Oh, no. Oh, he's gone through. He's traded places.
He didn't take any damage. That was the main objective. Keep the Kevlar clean. Get that free upgrade if he so desperately seeks it.
Yeah, I think we touched upon it a little bit in the pre-match, right? For G2, it's about minimizing gun rounds, right? Like, you know, winning pistol, big deal. Converting now, then maybe lose the first gun round, but win the reset round, right? So you always keep NAVI on the back foot. And for NAVI, obviously, you see even with the savings, like they want to maximize those rounds with good utility because they feel like when it comes to that, they're the superior team.
The battle for Banana is going to be a big conversation. And it starts here. It starts there. JL flashed off of the line, still nails the headshot.
That's a head scratcher for Snacks. He's got... Okay, well, there's another one. A response, a rebuttal as JL jumps up, so we give it right back.
And they do concede top Banana after that equal trade.
They've established that they've taken it, and that alone, that knowledge for the NAVI defense is going to be a pressure point. Bit still holding on to a smoke that he just now deploys. Open halls. Alexi's got one as well.
This is very threatening, very uncomfortable, wonderful. Gonna have to get the multi-kill. Nico with the UMP. Bit does well. The Deagle's shy of the mark. Malbs gets away with murder there. Gets himself the necessary double. It will be the second round for G2 converted. The same story as that pistol now, I guess. Immet going to recover a Galil, going to hide out. See if he can bring that through to the next.
And just keep the pressure up, right? On G2's economy as well. If you're able to, well, not necessarily find the kill here, but you maybe get a couple more kills in the next round as well. That keeps pressure in the first gun round. If they lose it, they're going to not have a great situation economically, but good reaction from G2 in the mid round. They didn't waste time. You know, you see a lot of times the T is taking too long to organize when a trade like that happens, and then that late utility from the A-side players who weren't pressured can play a bigger role, but here they just reacted really well.
Nice Mac 10 entries from Malbs as well. Fearless turning the corner. Bomb's gone off. It's 2-0 in the favor of G2, and NAVI gonna have to sit back on just pistols.
But yeah, lessons learned from G2 yesterday, Yanko. One of them, I think I heard you saying, just going to regurgitate your opinion as my own, was that just you let the players play. When you've got such talent in the ranks, any kind of direct hits, any calls out of spawn, it seems like you're not doing yourself a good service.
Listen, you have to do it. Like, you have to change the pace. You have to go for executes every now and then, because if you just play default all the time, it's predictable, right? But you have to be careful about not overdoing it. Even if you think you're having a really good read or a really good call, or you trust your scouting, you know, you have guys like m0NESY, Nico, Hunter, Malbs. Just let them play the round a little bit more. Default, get some information, show them some trust, believe in them, and I think they absolutely will deliver for you.
Immet's the one that has to deliver for NAVI in this one. Just a partial investment with that save Galil. Just keeping themselves ready for the full buy-in to the next. And that's Immet's Galil in the feed first. Another opening death for Snacks and back-to-back rounds on the banana area. Just a contact walk in. They are smoked off.
There's going to be a boost up coming in as well.
He left it open, though. They'll surely be accounting for this. A late boost, turn the flash. This is an opportunity here. Underneath, 2 crossed. Barrel spotted. Imed didn't see it. Imed did not clock it. Now, Imed works it out, pieces it together, and gets himself another double. A triple kill with a saved Khalil.
Oh, this is some trouble. Hunter's going to have to be plan B, going to have to open up this A bomb site. He's got to be aggressive on this guy. Bomb's already coming back. Flashbang doesn't land its mark. One in library. He spotted it. He's called it out. This is an awkward engagement for Hunter, but he's handling it well, all things considered. And all of a sudden, you can isolate this player. Modesty's still not arrived, but Hunter's done his job.
He's done so much work. They have to push the smoke. They have to apply the pressure, but he handles it. How has Hunter done that? Gets away with the double, with 4 HP to spare. Monacy to cover the smoke push. 10 seconds, and JL walks through, isolates the 2 individuals. How is he going to do this? JL's been pulling clutches out of his hat every single day here at Pro League, and today is no exception. An important close from JL. Hunter's heroics all for naught.
What a round. What a roller coaster. The EMA triple on B, you feel like it's done. Hunter finds his way into the bomb site, finds them the openings they need. And then JL with just a crazy 1v2 clutch. A very hard clutch coming through that smoke.
Like, they were both low, but the setup had me feeling like G2 had the edge in that one. I mean, it was tough for Monacy. He saw his teammate was low on sight. It's an uncomfortable plant, and he goes swinging into his demise.
Yeah, a little bit of impatience there, but also some of the basics just from G2. I think one thing you can count on when you're playing against them in these anti-ecos, they're going to be putting pressure on B. So Ima just hits a good timing on peeking, but, you know, you're throwing the smoke on the run. The boost isn't going to be covered. That's where the gun was, not being aware of it. The triple kill from Ima really being the difference maker in that round.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, Wonderful's got his op perched at the A bomb site, as we saw. G2 not being super aggressive up Banana. They don't have the weaponry necessarily. Might come back to it in the mid-round.
Yeah, they were a bit more aggressive in the mid-take. You know, that's why you see Alexi already rotating over. JL playing it safe, just falling completely back towards the CT, not even playing for information in Banana. He gets some now from the utility used by G2, double mollies, a lot of flashes. That's why the third player now, it's a 3B setup. So this round now becomes all about timing for G2. If they go back to A, it has to be soon.
With that B smoke, you'd imagine Ima would start to shift back towards the A bomb site, content at the moment with just a deep spot from spawn. But now that utility reigns over and Wonderful's going to call presence in mid, Ima's going to have to hustle back. Maybe not hustle. It's a double kill.
1 bullet, 2 kills, clean. And there's more for Wonderful as well. Do they dare test him again? A bit of a fumble on the movement there, but it's not going to cost him. And for G2, I think it's cost them the whole round. They put all their pennies into this one. They don't want to be letting those rifles go for no reason whatsoever. Nico can linger a bit more forward, hoping perhaps for an overextension and an M4 upgrade, but doesn't look like it's coming his way. So NAVI will take one with 5 alive without a point of damage done. Wonderful's collateral pulls them across the line, and I love that you described him as a phenom. Every good team needs one. Well, Wonderful. He's been under the microscope as well by NAVI fans and otherwise. But the dude's got talent, there's no denying it.
His performance at the Major was incredible in Copenhagen. He was absolutely spectacular for this team. His clutch factor was amazing. His multi-kill potential with the AWP was amazing. A little bit of a drop-off after it, but there's no doubt he's still very, very deadly.
There's that smoke that we've been discussing that Chad and Steele broke down. This smoke that's been shifting the meta. And now we see problems arising. You've just lost Monacy. Surely that's enough for NAVI. You cut your losses, you take it. And they actually go in for more. JL, a multi-kill massacre on Banana. They reinvested.
You can just see the good protocols on the side of NAVI, right? They know saved guns, they're going to rebuy. If they do, it's not going to be amazing. So what's the most likely thing that they can do is, okay, something fast in Banana or an apps pop. So you open 3B, you use great counter utility, you shut that play down before it can even develop. But they don't go too deep, right? They don't stay in the player sandbags that can get blown up by double HEs and a molly or anything. They do it in a smart way.
It's really JL taking contact and then the rest, you know, chucking out utility and then swinging after that second round of it, that second salvo of flashbangs. Perfectly executed.
Yeah, you know, we were sitting there brainstorming the counter to that smoke. It's obviously just stand there and shoot them.
Yeah, stand there and hold the angle.
When they swing through. It has resulted in a very uncomfortable position for Hunter and Snacks. They kind of do need to die.
These pros always make it look so easy, don't they?
Death required. Well, for us all, eventually. Sorry about that.
We just got real deep.
Yep.
Real quick.
Little accidental philosophy. Yeah, they're coming in. They're going to try and do as much economical damage as they can. You know, a couple of kills up on plant, a round win, but not to be. Hunter
Get that ace, JL.
alone, and it's denied. Wonderful. Steals away the final kill, but JL 4 up to 7-1. He just doesn't let up the gas. He has not taken his foot off of the pedal.
4 kills in that round. He won a 1v2 clutch. Like,
Just to start.
Yeah, just a nice start to the day in the office for JL.
5 rounds in, you've clutched and got a multi-kill here and defensive B. So that was m0NESY trying to get through with the half-wall smoke in the second double. I mean, the double kills were filthy. Didn't even look like he got the third
That's
one.
a little bit of love from that final bullet that comes out, you know? That's just, you get a little bit of RNG in your favor there.
And now I start poising the question, right? I'll just make sure they're not going to hit a 1D at the start of the round, but psychologically, I know none of us are like, you know, trained psychologists, but from our armchairs, do you not think that when you haven't beaten a team so as much as this head-to-head, do you not think that as soon as you have a bad round, it's going to exacerbate things? You know, you fumble, you go, it's happening again. Do you not think that you kind of start to kind of self-fulfill the
You do,
prophecy?
but I don't think there's been a bad enough round for G2 to slip into that. I think their psychology at the moment is just like, we haven't really had money for a good buy in the last 2 to 3 rounds. Like, this is, it's fine. We haven't really been able to get our economy going, so just wait for that next gun round and we'll get it underway.
I think round 3 was pretty bad. I think that was really bad. I mean, because it started the downfall of the economy and everything in these force buys. I mean, you look at it now. It's an eco. Look at the money on some of these NAVI players already. So they're in the driver's seat. This is exactly the scenario that G2 was hoping to avoid.
I mean, you hope to avoid this scenario in every game you play.
Well, yeah, when there's one saved rifle and you run into it and you get to the triple kill, that's going to feel bad.
Sure, but against, you know, a Team Liquid, Jason, you could still recover from it.
Yeah.
Or a similar North American team. Pick
whichever North American team you want.
One you want. Yeah, but
oh, look at this.
Nice one. Oh, okay, still got it.
Okay, it's a weird round. Hunter has an AWP. He's got at least one in him. Or is he going to get MP9 long range?
There's no way he's an AWPer.
Hunter's AWP is like Rain's AWP. Not seen very often in the wild.
I wonder how many career AWP kills he's got. Someone please tweet
Probably
me.
5.
Yeah, I was going to say 7. But it is the first G2 tactical timeout. Taz going to get an opportunity on the mic, as will Blade.
And even the gun round after the eco round, you know, on a macro level wasn't that bad. I mean, G2 was about to end a 5v2, right? But the problem is with 30 seconds left, you're walking up mid.
Yeah.
Wonderful gets a collateral, and that's pretty much it from that point on.
And you'd already seesawed him a little bit, right? You'd taken mid, you'd taken top banana, you'd gone back to mid, you'd already kind of shown a couple different moves throughout that round. See what they come up with during this timeout. The conversation yesterday on the couch and from m0NESY in the interview was play simple Counter-Strike, no need to make it too complicated.
Yeah, that's the solution. I mean, especially what you've been talking about, Alex, going up, you know, against opponents, beating you so many times. Just don't overthink it. Just play the game like you would against any other opponent, right? And believe in your game, play with confidence, and, you know, let the chips fall where they may.
Also remember too, NAVI yesterday took down one of their long-time, you know, hurdles of not being able to beat Spirit basically ever, and finally doing it. So in their minds, it's like, yeah, we've beaten them 8 times, but we obviously know that that can all change very quickly.
Yeah, don't take it for granted. I mean, I'm sure no member of NAVI came in thinking they got a free win today.
No.
And we see this 4B opening for more and more teams, right? It's there to sort of simulate the number of players, right? Because from the number of HEs being used, or smokes, or incendiaries, is where Nico is giving information to Snacks. Okay, I think there's this many players, or this is how much utility they have left. But because you opened with 4, those 2 guys have more utility than you expect. You really only get punished for it by a fast A play, which wasn't what G2 went for.
Fast A plays don't seem to be in the meta nearly as much as they used to. maybe we start seeing that come back if teams are going to stick to the 4B start on the CT side, see more teams take the risk, take the gamble.
And G2 only has 2 smokes and a flash left, so not too much to work with to end the round. I mean, the CTs have way more utility.
Yeah, this is actually harsh.
This cut of noise, and now Nico's going to, I assume, fully commit? Or is he just making steps? Because they're really trying to force a rotator. Imir's the one to think about it, but he's library. There's... Oh, how's he done that? Amazing catch. It will start. Imir looking towards the B side. Wonderful looking for answers mid. They were ready for it. This is well structured. It's taken shape beautifully. And another one caught out. Imir in response, getting ping-ponged around the map. That is near flawless from G2.
Crazy what happens when you don't run through a smoke in the first 15 seconds of a round.
But bro, I almost want to like Yanko it, you know? I want to pull up the skybox and tell you about all these little steps and moves in order to force the rotations and find the gaps. Everyone got pants.
I think the reason G2 didn't have a lot of nades in the end is because the call for them was they're going to have to re-clear mid, right? Like, and that's what we're waiting for. That's why everyone was in brackets. They're just waiting for what Wonderful eventually did, but that was due to, you know, Nico also finding a kill, which definitely helped, and that was the first domino sort of to fall. But you can see that's something that NAVI does a lot. You know, they take space and they make you uncomfortable, and then they sort of just wait for the reaction, and the whole round is developed about punishing your reaction, because that's what you can almost count on now. When you're playing the T side, the CTs are going to be doing stuff. Like, you're never going to see anymore the CTs lose banana and lose mid and just sit back and hold, right? Like, going to try to re-aggress somewhere.
You know, Virtus Pro do exist. And they
well, they will gamble stack, you know, which is also something that teams do. You see them play 3B late, right? So then it's just figuring out how to make that read and how to get that information.
Now, here's the thing with that round for G2. You're not going to get that opening from Nico every single time.
Yeah.
Maybe not that one. Actually, he can provide you openings at the B-bomb side pretty consistently, but it's not all going to be as easy as just spamming a smoke at the right angle and letting Alexi walk into the bullets.
There's a different lay of the land now for Bede. With JL catching that grenade, I thought he'd have a more passive stance, but he's still confident to try and take a head-to-head aim duel with a 50% discrepancy. So some bravery from him. Wonderful catching Flak elsewhere. Is forced to reposition. So full apps control, early doors.
It's a wrap side setup though. If G2 do this mid exact with, you know, with the left side smoke, with the wrap side smoke, with the library smoke, you could be in some trouble. They're going to be aggressive on it. There's now a 4th player at this bomb site as well. But still all the attention on the wrong side of the bomb site for the moment.
He was only working with a couple of pixels there. The fingertips wasn't able to convert. Unlike Ultimate and that shot on Anubis. Oh, look a bit. He's really trying to piece the puzzle together, and he's holding on to his util right now.
I think they're assuming, Navi, that this is going to be another one of those ping pong rounds where you just go back and forth between the bomb sites, because you're already seeing Alexi shift over, despite the fact there's a lot of pressure. Nico, that smoke is going to help out a lot.
They're testing Bit. They're trying to force a reaction out of Bit, and this is a position he's very comfortable in. Imir is biting on the bait, though. He has Wonderful, but it is just Bit and Wonderful. Up against it, he misses another. What have you got for us, Bit? It has to be outrageous in the smoke. Can he adjust? He does for the spray. Can't find it. And Wonderful only the one. Bomb scooped up with a second to spare. Where's the bomb? Hunter.
No time.
Hunter's
he didn't get it.
What is that? Oh, NAVI get a gift there. It was about 6 seconds, I think, as he picked it up. I'm not sure what the delay was.
See, that might be the bad round. That one right there is going to be really frustrating.
That's the second one of the half.
I wonder if he... I almost want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure we'll see it on the replay. I felt like he got blocked by Monacy trying to like path into the bomb site.
Pick it up. Yeah.
Or couldn't find it. Maybe went the wrong way around the box.
I mean, I know when I'm playing with my minimap super zoomed out and I'm trying to find it on the minimap, it can be difficult. So 6...
Nope.
5. Oh, he walked past. It's the minimap. Yeah, he straight up just walked past it.
I did my best, Hunter. I tried. I tried, bro.
Gonna be tough to shake that one off, but it's necessary. They have to just forget that happened. A round that was destined for G2's glory instead reads 5 for NAVI. Pushing. We regress. Monacy flashed off the line, but Nico does well.
They might just pick up the pace here. They got all 5 people in Banana. They might not even just ignore this smoke, maybe break it open, and no, they're going to back off from it. Happy to concede with a 5-on-4 advantage.
Okay.
And the problem is they have no information on A, so they might just be resetting for that full exec. We see Ime come over, he has a full nade, full utility set as well, so...
I don't know what you do here, though. You have all 5 players in Banana. You can't really go anywhere else, so you're just trading utility until they run out of smokes on the B bomb site.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Hunter is going to try to apply some pressure, but Bit is also moving towards the B bomb site, right? They're just leaving Wonderful there.
Late clear. Alexi B. Exposed, reaggress. Does well. Finds Nico, but it's Malbs that's opened up the site. With no Bit in sight, maybe they overlook him there. Still there. Not anymore. Malbs, what a shot.
He is an absolute beast, Malbs.
I mean, he's such an asset for the G2T side. I'm sure for CT as well, but just the amount of space he's comfortable taking.
It's also just like the fights that he likes getting in are all ones that are like, you know, the aggressive, I want to take control of this bomb site, or I want to entry into this part of the map. And having a second player that can do that along with Nico, who's also a fantastic opener, is such a luxury.
True to his namesake, I think Hunter's got him booked here. Wonderful will not be able to find a safe haven. Hunter and Snacks are slowly clearing out archers. Don't know how far they push it, though. They are being quite slow about this. If they double peek him from 2 different angles, he's a dead AWP walking. Yep, missed shot. That's all it takes. And Malbs, we keep saying his name. It's a triple kill from him.
Well, G2 get back on the horse after letting one slip away. Well done. Now within 1 round, and they forced a timeout out of Blade and NAVI to talk things over. Plenty of cash for the, well, not plenty, but a good amount of cash for the NAVI side.
And you can see it was a couple of times G2 would get top banana, right, and go back to A or try to end the round on A. So that's what prompts Alexi to go for an information play. You know, okay, maybe they're doing it again. Maybe they're just like 1 or 2 guys here, and then if we can get rid of them, can equalize, we can have a chance to win the round. But the majority of G2 was just sitting banana waiting to go for that execute, so they punished the aggressive play. Pretty clean round in the end, and this is the final buy for NAVI. Their money's all tapped out after this. So G2 potentially, if they can win this round, could even win the half.
They had money for an AWP, NAVI. They decided not to go with it. An extra M4, an extra MP9 instead with the utility. So Wonderful going to be without that weapon for the time being. JL and him taking control of Banana. Here's that 4B start again from the defensive side. Snack steps in front of the Molotov.
Cautious crawl towards apartments. They know the Bit has got aggression in the mix. This time not the case. Locked in on Pit. Deep banana control taken. Look at this from JL and Nico.
What?
That's both of them.
That's both
Perfect.
B players.
How have they done that? 2 smoke shots. 2 completely blind smoke shots. And it results in a wide open B bomb site. NAVI know that this one's just going to get investigated. Nico, the probe, going to be searching. I wonder if he commits.
I think they're too far away and still too spread across the map, because at this point you want to group up. You want to make sure you're playing the trade game with the man advantage. You can maybe leave a lurker, but one of the ways these 5v3s fall apart is being too spread out.
And that smoke coming deep from CT is going to prompt Nico to think there's no one else more in the site. Like, that's the first rotate coming in.
Oh, Bit did not see that?
They're taking
Someone told them maybe.
Oh yeah, now they don't have cleared out the site. Hunter catches the search. Hang on, Bit does spam away at Nico, but he's rotating back. It's all misinfo.
Well, it's all fair play to get it through the smoke. You know, Nico and Monacy each got 1 this round. We had to give 1 to Bit just to make things fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't think Navi's going to be happy with the trade, but...
No, probably not. They're on the heavy losing end of that.
So now I think it's kind of dead even in terms of, you know, the BS that both teams have handled. I don't know, the Hunter defuse would just still be kind of in my head, but I think G2 are going to be pretty damn happy with the way this round has played out. And Nico spamming the smoke onto JL. He's had his fair share of hero moments in this half as well.
Oh, you're losing a lot at the end of this, trying to hunt down these weapons. Really nice job from Bit and Wonderful.
Now Monacy is also around with the op. I mean, you don't want to give that away.
Nope.
For an M4 for a chance to punish, so think he's aware of it as well. That's why he backs out. Another default round, Jason.
Another default round.
Effective default.
I did say you're not going to get many openings, like just through the smoke, just spamming, and here we have 2 more, just for no good reason.
Just winning the whole round.
Yeah.
And one with the op as well.
Yeah.
Those are particularly dirty.
Yeah, Nico looks like he's quite happy with the way that one played
It's a
out.
very sheepish grin and chuckle. He's like, I know what I just did.
Yeah.
I know what I've done to them.
I mean, you know, it goes both ways, doesn't it? Sometimes you're the guy getting, never mind.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, Alex.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, G2 almost lost a round like this earlier, so let's hold the phone for a second. Bit and Wonderful can certainly bring this back.
It's nice work. I mean, Monacy and Bit, they know each other's game very well. Very well. They play a lot of Face It together. Monacy's even stated in interviews that eventually he'd love to be on a team with him. And now when they get locked in a server against each other, it's all, the gloves come off.
Yeah, they do. No friends in Counter-Strike. Danko, you got your hand up like you're questioning something at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, look for a second that they were going to just go into a full B execute after getting 2 kills on A, so wondering what, you know, what the read was there, but maybe at least let Hunter search A a little bit after you threw all these nades on B.
Or walk into the only rifle and lose snacks.
Okay, now they know there's 2 more guys on B because the flash came from CT. Obviously, the player in the site.
Oh my gosh. A little alarming now. Fortunately, Hunter will call A clear.
Now it's your time, Hunter. Yeah. It's time to lurk. Time to get us some information.
Catch moving.
Well, an op is recovered. They never picked that up and threw it over the wall. Too afraid of sticking around, and fair play. That's weapons recovered for free for Navi. Not too much of an impact. There's only 1 round remaining after this, but the AWP was something they wouldn't have had.
And the AK as well, yeah. He's going to be happy with that.
Going to be very happy with that. But G2 is going to take a 6-5 lead. Their map pick, starting on the T side, and it's looking good.
Yeah, winning the pistol, converting, the Navi goes on a little run after winning that eco of their own.
Well, you got to be pleased too, because one of the things you said on the couch was you felt like G2 kind of had to play with the lead, and this is them sort of fighting back and muscling their way back into the game.
Yeah, this wasn't exactly that, which makes it a little bit more impressive that they managed to stabilize. But listen, for Navi, if you're going to look at them, you're going to say City side, no matter the map is their weaker side. I mean, they do their best work on T side, so it feels like for G2 winning this final round, and maybe even the pistol has to be the way that they can end up taking Inferno, because Navi is always able to rack up rounds on their T side.
Oh, that was so scary. They could have gotten doubled so easily at that point, and then the round is really in contention. Well, 1 round lead going into round 12.
By virtue of the save as well, it's a nice, solid, healthy looking buy for the final round to defend for 6. Could have had an AWP head-to-head there, both posted for it. Creating the jump
done
across.
it again.
He's done it again. JL's having a nightmare up against Nico. 2 rounds where Nico's just caught him on his aggressives. I mean, there must be a queue, right? That deep smoke arrives, the Molly logs, and
that's another double as well. He tagged Hunter through the body of Mulbs, now to 35 HP.
2 collaterals and a half, not too shabby. Lexi B has to function without JL. Gets a bit awkward, gets a bit uncomfortable as they look to reclear. I
think he was looking for what utility he could salvage off the body, and JL's last used nade was a flashbang, so that's
fantastic.
not... That's, you probably wanted the smoke, you might have wanted the Molotov, didn't get either one.
And we'll see now, Snacks is all the way in apps. He's not with the team, so let's see what the call will be for this round. He's going to find some action in apartments.
Oh, he'll find action, all right. Just as he looks away. There he goes. Wonderful flashed off the line. Did not fall back in time. Nico opens up the account for Beat. The bomb is disconnected from them. Needs to be retrieved, and Bit and Monacy might clash on the retrieval. Lexi B confirms the site is lost, but they have just picked up the bomb.
There's one more smoke on Monacy as he comes in, so he's going to be okay to refresh that towards CT spawn if it's needed. And it is indeed. There it goes. Coffin's already smoked, but we've got a 3v3 at this bomb site. Navi is in the right place to go for a retake, to harass this bomb plant, see what they can get, and they must go for this. They've got... Oh, no way! Again, the late boost. This time it's a double from Bit.
But hold your horses. m0NESY lives. And m0NESY lives for moments like these. All eyes on him. Smoke grenade available. Kit on Lexi. Bit will deploy it. And as an AWPer, that is your worst nightmare. Smoke shots required. What does he do? He pulls the trigger onto him. Trying to find the lineup. Going for the no-scope defuse coming in from the kid of Alexi. m0NESY, one more chance. He can't get it done. And a 6-6 half. Swapping sides. We'll be right back. This semi-final has only just begun.
Flashing bike, flashing bike. Go. Ups, 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 ups. Dead. Up. Librarian. Stop it. Librarian. Where is he for? Fuck. Fuck. No time. Don't die. That's nice try. Nice try. Okay.
NAVI coming into this series with an unblemished 7-0 record over G2. They're trying to break that streak right now. This is for a spot in the grand finals, facing off against Eternal Fire tomorrow, but you gotta get there first. We're tied up on Inferno, and it's the CT side pistol for G2. Hunter's pushed up into balcony, and Ima just creeping and crawling right beneath him.
2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a Molotov. The plan Alexi B has in store for us, an opportunity for Hunter. Gets away unscathed.
Yeah, it's risky though. You got to hustle out of that position when you take your first shot. See the bullets whizzing past him. They've got control of Banana as well, or at least deep information in Banana. Nico spots one jump across.
Dangerous game they're playing. You go up against Nico, he's even pre-aiming the next time you try.
I feel like you see someone standing in the open, a Banana in front of the board like that, you've got to be a little bit cautious. You've got to be like, there's something else. There's like another layer to this setup we don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, it's baity, isn't it? They're trying to set up for Monacy, but they're not having any of it. I mean, it gives you info. They're not Banana, sure, but there is 2 of you on A.
It sets them up for a very fast push, too, as you can see. There's no one jumping across now, no more information, no utility, no flashbangs ringing over, so G2 just shrunk the map in half.
Oh, and they're still exposed, trying to line up his nades. Wonderful gets brought very low. A single bullet would do it. It channels them into the 3-man hole. Make it 2. Malbs deleted by Ime. Clears the corner, traded by JL. Onto Moto, Snacks delivers. And now a chance for the plant, a moment's respite. As Monacy needs this insta-headshot, but Bit takes him down, makes this a 2-on-2 now. JL brings aggression into the mix. They're not accounting for this as he gets a clean one. Oh, JL! With 30 points of health in a 2 versus 2, and his first thought is, I'm going to push and play the fade.
And if you're G2, you're just like, why? Why does he do that? You'd never expect that kind of a play. And I mean, if you're JL, that's just supreme confidence in yourself, but supreme confidence in Bit, who would be the guy left alone behind you.
Give him that Glock 2 up. Spit on that thing.
Yeah, you were saying, Jason, about your serious analysis.
I forgot.
It was good. It was good. It was good. I like that a lot.
Here we go. Push down middle. Aggression from G2. They want it right back. Good flashbang, but they're lined up, and it's JL again.
Okay, here's the deal. You're going to get spammed through the smokes in the first half, but you can get multi-kills while flashed in the second.
Yeah.
That's how the trade goes.
That's a rough second round for G2.
So much for that good start in the second half for them. But I'm really interested to see what the game plan from NAVI will be in this one, right? Because you obviously have now Nico and Malbs on the B bomb side. I think for me, the way I do it is I try to, especially after winning pistol, like if you start 3-0 here and if you're NAVI, just winning the first gun round on B, right? And just putting a lot of pressure there if you were able to win that banana fight and win the round towards B. And after that, I would just go away until the end of the half, right? Because it's sort of expected to go A now against G2 in this sort of setup where on A you have Snacks and Hunter and then Monacy depending on where he opens up, if he has an AWP and all that sort of a thing. So with that one win on B, you're sending them the signal, okay, they don't care about the fact that, you know, we have Nico and Malbs here or that we open 3B and whatnot, and I think that can open up the map for you a lot more if you're NAVI.
Ime's turn for a multi-kill. That nade looks destined for some damage, but they get away. Bit shy of the mark as well. Didn't have the forward momentum.
And already lurking into the B bomb side. JL's got a pretty deep angle. He steps away as I believe they heard the footsteps over in CT spawn. Another round of smoke and utility coming in. Alexi's going to lead with the MAC-10. Let the AKs come in late.
Here they come. It's all about timing for these G2 USPs. And oh, bomb on the floor. They're pushing and they're down. Look at this. Just unloading your magazine into the smoke. Lovely, like, hesitance there from NAVI. Like, they were diligent. All the util came in, and they were also not in a rush. Like, those smokes are 20 seconds. We don't have to immediately go. And
you know when, like, you hear when you're the team stacking that bomb site, you know, like, you hear those footsteps entering, and it's like, all right, flash now. All right, go through the smoke now. And that's what NAVI's like, just staying far, far back. That was a good shot.
Yeah.
That was a really nice shot.
Very nicely done. Okay, so M4A4 enjoyers, eating good tonight. Eating real good tonight. Not a single silenced M4 in the mix. Ime, dangerous game. Walks through the flame to get early control towards the boiler position. HE chips further away at him, operating at 79. These M4A4s and one bullet headshot now available. On to Ime. Alexi B the same now after the nade.
This is going to be a big fight. How well can Snacks do against Bit? I talked about it just as we went live into the map. Bit's so good and so precise in these positions at these headshot angles. Snacks is going to have to play mistake-free Counter-Strike this second half.
He needs to block apps here because they just made an info play on B. And buy time for the rotate for the 4 guy to come back to A.
Gets it down just in time, just as he repositions. m0NESY delivers only the one. Snacks, it's good. Takes the head off of Bit. But NAVI have the man advantage and the sight. Already up against it are the B defenders. Nico and Malbs late to the party. And I don't see a kid. Do you even have a look? I mean, welcome to Inferno, folks. This is the conversation G2 are having right now.
No, I don't think you go for it at all. With no kid, with only the one smoke, 3 people to find, you've got no information, and they might have even stuck around too long. When M4 goes down in the hands of Nico, Malbs is going to back off now. It's truly lost, so they'll only be able to bring the single rifle into the next round. And G2 is going to start running out of opportunities to get back into Inferno.
So one of the 2 defenders there, m0NESY or Snacks, needed to get a multi-kill, right? I guess that's what it boils down to.
I mean, Hunter was there as well. They had 3 players there. I think they were just a little bit late with their utility, and Navi was already up close. So I don't know if m0NESY died while he was switching back to his rifle as he threw out the molly, but also not smoking apps earlier. You know, if you're a Hunter coming back from long, you have to worry about that angle, someone holding you from apps. So it just makes the setup and the crossfires more difficult.
Oh, come on. You see the way Hunter died there as well? JL's got his pre-fires down, a wall bang.
Did he see him? Or maybe he had the info he's
I think
there?
that's,
or just
Maybe it was just a spam as you're going in. I have no idea.
Yep.
I didn't see him.
No, but that's been kind of the case for a lot of JL in the here at EPL.
Yeah. 15 and 4.
Yeah, do you remember that like Mirage short round? Where
Yes.
it's just there, like, doesn't see him, just has like a 6th sense.
It's always such a fun thing to be like, Navi has no star player, and I want to be like, I think JL might just be it now.
Yeah.
I think he might be there.
It's hard to dispute, and I think when Bit's in form, he looks like a superstar in his own right. For now, everyone in delivering. Look at the frag distribution right now. Alexi B got that IGL debuff, but at the moment, you've got Imet, Bit, JL, and Wonderful all in the teens, or head in there. Bit on 12. And Imet getting to double digits. How do we finish this one? Round 17 and G2 with only really one threat in the same rifle. I say that. Those sidearms, they pack a punch if you overcommit. And Imet going down to m0NESY's a great start for G2. Finally finds a response since the headshot. Snacks can't get the gun out in time.
they don't expect Nico to be.
Yeah, you overlook him, right? You're thinking, okay, they're both B, just like last time. Just like last time.
Do they let the smoke fade first, though? They're taking this very patient and very cautious. Nico around the box. Yeah, they're wrapping around him, and he never got a clean fight, a clean look at it. NAVI just so patient, so aware, so disciplined, never trying to pick up the pace and try and do things too fast. A perfect round, and they're going to be at 11.
They're just never in a hurry.
No. They're so comfortable at that point.
I suppose that's the perk of, you know, kind of 40 seconds left on the clock as you exec. You've got time to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's.
And you have the conversation at some point in those situations where you're like, and maybe it probably happens to you in an early match, and you're like, the only thing that could go wrong in this scenario is someone hiding inside the smoke that we don't expect.
Right.
So why don't we just wait for it? Why don't we just chill? We got 40 seconds.
What do we lose other than time? And we've got plenty of that. You can see there as they slowly creep and crawl, all the smokes covering all of their bases. 17-4, another multi-kill. I wonder what he's up to now. I'm going to have a quick deep dive.
Well,
Yeah, 6 multi-kill rounds for JL.
that ain't bad.
Standard. Not too shabby in 16 rounds.
Oh, come on.
Oh, the slideshow.
I like it. I like it.
Blue. Second timeout called by G2. I always feel like in this instance, calling a timeout is just like, why give Blade more time? Like, he's just like taking these opportunities, reminding his troops. And look how he's got something to say. He didn't even call it, but he's like, I've got stuff to say.
Yeah.
I mean, not much here to say for Taz, really. I think it's more so it's 11-6, right? We're about to lose the game. Maybe the energy is down a little bit on the players. You know, they're not communicating as much, right? So you want to try to raise the morale, get some momentum going.
I imagine Blade's just reading off a list of like tendencies. Remember, they like to do this. Remember to watch out for this when you rotate here. Remember what these smokes mean.
Yeah.
Because Navi's on point. You don't need to change anything at this moment.
Well, Malta is also trying to raise the morale of G2 here. Aggression? No, not quite. Hunter and m0NESY are close to mid, though. Snacks anti needed the cover from m0NESY. An opening kill for G2 off the back of a timeout.
And the defense sinks back, happy with the man advantage. G2 hasn't had to shift anything just yet. Just still two defenders at the B bomb site, jiggling in tandem, 3 players at A. m0NESY is wrapped around from lane. Now to the corner. Missed Molotov as well is going to be very helpful so that m0NESY can keep information on brackets. 55 seconds left for NAVI.
And G2 has to win this round, right? They're in a 5v4. B players have both of their smokes still. NAVI looking like they want to go for an apps pop in this one.
Not the worst call. There's space for it with this setup.
But they have no smokes, and m0NESY is still here with the AWP.
Just look away towards long. As they crouch out, good spot. Hunter holding that angle now. m0NESY can contribute. JL down and looking for a clean round, but one back from Wonderful. Alexi B. He's had a quiet one here, but hang on, if he gets one more, can't do it. Hunter nails it. And the must-win round for G2 is won. Hunter a big one, high impact from him, top of the tables with m0NESY going toe-to-toe with him.
And m0NESY trying to hype the boys up after that win as well.
Yeah.
Maybe touching on what you said, Yanko. Maybe low energy at that point, and that round win is very nice for m0NESY to try and get the boys back into the game, and a timeout immediately called by NAVI.
Drop with his 2 bodyguards. Uniformed up. Shout out to all the Brazilians sporting MIBR in the first game. But yeah, I mean, first time he gets the op in the second half, does a lot of damage with it. Immediately a timeout from Blade. So let's see what it is that he wants changed up, and does this prompt m0NESY to open the round on B perhaps? For NAVI so far on this T side, when it comes to the gun rounds, at the very least, you know, it's been very A-focused, not too surprising.
It's surprising, I think, that it feels like they haven't really even tested Banana. Like, they haven't even really...
Well, they do this thing also, it's kind of a cool approach where you do it against ecos, right? Like,
yeah.
and so if you look at the rounds, okay, they're still landing B some rounds, but actually the gun rounds, not really.
Yeah, the gun rounds over at A, blow-by rounds towards the B bomb site. Make him feel like you're still willing to attack there.
Well, so is JL doing that right now with an extinguish, flash, and a jump through. Is there a HE coming? He suspects so and actually manages to evade the entirety of the assault. Nico spamming smokes. This time I think JL's learned his lesson. Ooh. Yeah, I say that. It's actually Mal's catching him straight through. Alexi steps up to the plate.
He got the dink on Wonderful way behind as well.
He's uncomfortable again for NAVI. Super uncomfortable, and Nico's got backup in the form of m0NESY.
Well, maybe this is why they didn't try and test Banana too early on. That's a convincing win for the G2 defense for Malbs and Nico. Well handled. 1-for-2 trade, and again a man advantage into the mid-round of round 19. So NAVI's going to work themselves back towards the A bomb site. Smoke for left mid. Once again, looks like at least Halls is going to have one member of pressure. Bit moving into that.
And that's a reason for the position swap. It allows you to go for more 2-man Banana takes, right? So you don't leave too many gaps on the A bomb site. And again, G2 at the right spot with 3 players on A.
No smoke in Halls though, so Bit has that clear line of sight. Snack still has one in his pocket.
Okay, Nico. His signature precision on the first tap, and now Bit takes him down. Hunter, a necessary trade. A little late. All the same, a gap perhaps Nico had no idea about.
I think that's like, you won't feel too bad about being baited in that one. It was around securing bait.
Yes.
Those are allowed.
Yeah, you get a full, golden star for that one. And it's also, off the back of the timeout, back-to-back G2 rounds.
Yeah, and you can see Blade wanted to, hey, let's make sure we get Banana before whatever it is that he wanted them to do after, but just wasn't too great, and shows you how difficult sometimes it is for T's to take Banana late if there's still 2 CTs playing for it.
And thrown out a number of different utility combos at NAVI on this T side as well. Hunter's thrown that really deep smoke a couple times.
And also those anti-equals were so clean from Navi that they have 3 full buys back to back. To back. So still able to put pressure on G2 in this one.
Yeah, but like you said on the T side, like you said, if you wanted Navi to take, the B bomb side maybe in the first ground round and start conditioning and just let G2 know you can do it. I mean, this has such a negative impact, it feels, on your playbook to an extent if you're Navi, where you've gone A, you've succeeded a number of times, and then the first time you try and go back to B, you get deleted. So instead of challenging him early, this time they decided to do the same idea just a little bit later in the round. Nico and Malbs have backed up into the bomb site.
So they have no answers mid right now, G2? Yeah, just jiggling short and long, okay. First smoke from Nico. Pushing through, Nico delivers the double. Trades needed, Malbs delivers, Bit finally brings him down. A retake available here for G2, but Navi can come up clutch. It really hinges on Imer. If Bit can deliver one, it's up to Imer to do the rest. Unlikely Bit gets the multi-kill.
They've got a smoke on Hunter if they want to block off Banana. When they eventually go for this retake, leaves the low HP Bit inside the bomb site.
Oh, perfect. Imer already knows his contributions will be limited. Actually, it's a bit of a bad smoke.
It's a terrible smoke.
It gives Imer such a sick angle you're not going to be ready for. Imer realizes it's too good to be true. And now Bit can isolate. Up to Imer in the 1 versus 2. And the angle around the smoke has given him an absolute easy clutch! Oh no! These errors, they compound. And it is going to be 4 opportunities to take the opening map, to take their opponent's map pick.
That's a really sloppy smoke. That's not even a bad smoke. That's a good smoke for Navi.
It's a good smoke, yeah. I even looked and it was like, oh, they've only got a HE and a flash. This is difficult. And then suddenly there's like
actually, you could drive a truck around that smoke, so it's all good.
I shouldn't be laughing. Bit of Schadenfreude there, but like, we've all thrown a bad smoke in our day.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 1.5 player really from Navi clutching that. I think it was Bit who was on 10 HP. So yeah, exactly the sort of a round. The G2 is not in a position to lose considering the score, right? And that puts Navi on map point. G2 comes together with a buy, but it's not going to be great. Hunter and m0NESY and Malbs on MP9s. Nico has an M4 and a full utility kit, and Snacks an M4 and an incendiary.
Which I almost want to be like, for that Halls play late in the round.
We know how influential they can be. Well-timed smoke.
But yeah, missing a lot of bells and whistles on this CT buy. So G2's got to do it the hard way, at least here for round 21. No more mistakes that they can give up.
No half-wall smoke this time. JL's just doing it dry. And that's what they're ready for. Nico's being flashed in. JL safe behind the half-wall, and they had a nade ready. They had a nade in response to the flash push. It's really nice. Boost on the half-wall, jiggling, caught with his nades out, Malbs. Flatlined by JL as he finds his 19th, and his 20th could be close. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of Nico, with only a flashbang to his name and a whole bomb site to defend.
G2 not really on the same page in that one. Look at the A setup the whole time. They have complete mid, right? The B players trying to retake top banana, and that might be the end of them.
Oh, he can't even push the Molotov. He can't even push the Molly because of that earlier HE. JL Bit hits 1-2 on the search from Snacks. And it looks like it's a done deal on G2's map pick here. Hunter and m0NESY trying as hard as they might. A second wave, a second layer. It's not going to happen. JL hits his headies. A triple kill to close it out. JL is the real deal here in Malta, and he will finish with a quad. 13-8, map 1 of this semi-final. NAVI continue to be a problem for G2. Foot forward on this one. Util dropped out. Alexi sacrificing Kevlar in pursuit of that, gives it to someone else. Nico tasked with Yard, m0NESY tasked with the ramp, and this is going to be it's feast or famine, and he's opted for neither. Actually, there's a middle option. It's one and done. Oh, clean from Snags. That's very nice. He hears that player closing the gap. JL catches the lobby flank.
Oh, look at this space. Wonderful's been able to accrue by forcing those rotations, so able to take a waltz in the yard. Gonna be happy about this. Patrolled and caught. Snacks with the information.
He's got to be worried about Malbs. He obviously has no idea this is coming. Alexi over towards Hut. Big fight for him. Goes down. Nico doesn't know there's a second player. He's looking for JL on the flank. JL's going to be coming right from Hut as well. A 1 versus 3.
I know he was radio with that kill earlier.
Yeah, clean round, very clean round. Everyone delivered. Snacks a nice one tap. m0NESY at least getting one, and it's the Nico that makes the difference. That double kill. Clean clicks from the USP.
All right, well, JL showing some frustrations there. Wanting to get things done quickly, I'd assume, but he's had a fantastic map number 1. Continuing to deliver, right? And I feel that this team, we've spoken about it a lot. There's so many individuals who can have big games. I think that must take the pressure off of one player to have to deliver time and time again.
Sure.
And the fact that JL continues to have these big games is an evolution for NAVI, because it was all about the system, the team, and then the difference maker, especially in the huge games, is the plays that these individuals are able to make.
But he just seems to be a playmaking machine right now. JL, that is.
I think when you have a strong system, it's easier to put yourself in the right place at the right time, right? So the information that's flowing, the structure of understanding where your teammates are, all of that plays into it. And then when it does need to be absolutely mind-bogglingly insane, it gets to be.
Yeah, and those informed decisions. If every decision you make is informed, then you've got a good system.
It also lets you know when you can break out of that system, right? Like, that's also part of it as well. It gives you the freedom to kind of pick and choose. Like, this is the moment I'm allowed to have the freedom. That's a nasty shot from Bit, turning the corner, but with no armor, no utility, and no real weapons in their hands, this should be pretty much all over for Navi. G2's applying a lot of pressure outside. Trying to keep
another if it's given, though, surely.
It's a very long-range dink with the MP9. Nico keeps himself out range as well, tapping through that smoke. Just taking a little lick of damage. But now we're looking to lose his M4 to this one. It was just that bit Deeg, and he's given over the MP9, or Im has recovered that.
How dissatisfied was Yanko with the last map of play?
There were some moments in there where he was very unpleased. A lot of hand gesturing quietly.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of questioning hand gestures, I would say.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
That was their map choice. We're in Navi's turf now, which is where things get scary. Ancient is the third and deciding. And if we get there, I think G2 are well and truly in this, but they're going to have to get it done on Nuke. And yesterday against Liquid, it was a lot of aggression from G2 on the CT side out the gates. We'll see if that continues. We do turn into the first rifle round with a couple of saved MP9s and the likes of Malb, Snacks, and Hunter. M4s for m0NESY and Nico. Important positions to have those rifles, and the buy for Na'Vi.
Top util. JL invites the fight, and good night, Hunter. Oh, another player completely flashed off. He's lucky that Nico didn't walk back into that spray, so he's saved himself by remaining static, and that nadel's destined for glory! Bowling from Nico.
Catch that.
They had a little back and forth on Inferno as well, trading kills through smokes, both of them getting a couple here and there. Now it's Nico with the nade to clean him out of door. Ima's going to walk this route, but there's 2 in secret. Oop. Nicely done.
Well, they only know of 1, so getting a move on right now, Na'Vi, trying to take this space. They've identified where at least 2 of the 4 players are.
Then Malbs is dropping back towards control side and the lower bomb side as well. That second player they never spotted over in secret, so he's already got a good jump on this.
Yeah, m0NESY's already going to bolster the numbers lower as well. This is very well made and a good decision made by G2.
But what's the finish, right? You could smoke single and molly into double, and that's how you're going to force your way in towards the site. Oh, it's dark and backside with the molly, so there'll be nothing for the windows. And m0NESY swings open the door, takes that one easy as you like.
Only the MP9 for Malbs, so it's a tough fight for him. Goes down. Now the bomb going to be planted. They got to be careful. m0NESY doesn't just swing back out. Spam through the smoke. Doesn't connect enough. And we've got a retake scenario for G2.
How has Bit done that? Catches Nico. These wall bangs connect. It puts it all onto Wonderful as m0NESY brings him down. Yet to see Wonderful frag here on Nuke, and this would be a wonderful time to do it. Cautious. Kill on m0NESY goes down, isolates the duel. Snacks, can he come up clutch? An MP9, and it's denied. Wonderful. Saves Na'Vi and puts their first on the board.
All right, that's tough for G2, isn't it?
That's really tough.
You feel with the approach from Na'Vi down towards the lower site, it felt like, hey, they had read the situation incorrectly. They were expecting a player to actually be tucked in with those mollies that we saw. this trade from Bit is important, but I think the kill onto Nico, that's the defining, because now it's the 2v2. Monacy's position was already given up, so he plays first, but Snack's unable to trade. And that one's going to feel Bit with a bit of confidence as they, well, one more round and they break G2's finances.
Those have to be the rounds that the G2 have had a number of conversations on, because I feel like, well, no one person did any massive mistake. I feel like all 4 of them probably say, I could have played that so much better.
Right.
That's a 4-on-2 that they just lost in the lower bomb site.
I love the awareness of, like, from NAVI, that there's an absence of helmets here. 2 deliberate Mac 10s into the top side. Snacks has handled JL with ease, and Nico's Deeg has delivered as well. Trying to break their money, and they've run into the sidearm. Already, this pace change has resulted in 2 casualties, and G2 now sitting on a comfortable cushion of a 2-man advantage.
If they can work their way back into this round, I'll be hugely impressed, because you only have a smoke and the molly to work with on Bit. So if you go challenge yard, you may have this Monacy AWP bearing down on your position, currently parked towards ramp, but how much info do they get? At this point, you're starting to think, okay, maybe they're not going to be coming through lobby. We can block them, and we've totaled up with the type of buy that we have available. And the last-minute juggling of util. So that's going to be left with Imma on this Mac 10. Could he try and do the smoke in front of the door and drop down the vent? Or if they can get across to Secret and get down, he can constrict the road. No, never mind.
I was thinking the same thing, though. Maybe not the drop-down vent. I was thinking maybe mini utility. They're saving now.
Okay.
I mean, this is, I don't know what kind of a mindset you'd come into a round like this, or certainly big thoughts going through your head when you lose a round like this, because it almost feels like this is one you just write off. You just won a round with only 1 player surviving. You just didn't have the funds to actually get a clean buy with AK-47s across everyone. A really crappy position to be in, if we're honest, for a T side.
They were running through a smoke in hut.
That didn't help anything either.
Was that their own smoke as part of an extinguish?
I think they put out a Mala, yeah.
Yeah, so if that was, they're really trying to force the issue. So they're expecting something completely different from G2 in a round like that. But that one's going to feel real comfy. I think Snack's quite content with how that one unfolded. Yeah, so that's the smoke I was talking about that they're running through, and that makes it really quite easy for them to lock down this top side. Nico leering in through the smoke, and yeah, that's just one of those calls that you make hoping that they're stacking elsewhere.
Yeah, not always going to land. Well, the save does facilitate a threatening-looking round from NAVI. Oh, indecision. I just watched Alexi like start lining something up, change his mind. I do feel like the yard duo for G2 is fast becoming a threat. You have to be able to put down Monacy and Nico. We saw how Liquid struggled to do so just yesterday.
I think Liquid would have killed to have been able to play them in yard. I feel like most of the times they got in the engagements
Just
is the lobby rushes.
Lobby, right? Yeah. Is there a flash for this? Need to get Monacy off the line somehow. Can't go dry. We'll get absolutely pipped at the post. Alexi has it lined up, but it's not going to come into play. Monacy on Bit. Friends, now foe. And he doesn't even feel pressured, that Molly.
Oh, missed Molly as well.
Absolutely. Screwed that one up, haven't they? And you just have to back off. You can't go now. So another round that's very flat for Na'Vi.
Might almost be a blessing in disguise. If they land that Molly, maybe they go into ramp room, and they obviously don't know about the MP9 around the corner on Mulbs.
Well, channel towards Hart with that smoke landing door. Still 50 seconds on the clock. They can wait. But it feels like we're going to find ourselves in a similar position as last round. There's no good option. Are we better off saving? Which in only 1-man disadvantage, you know, feels even worse to do. But what are you going to have next round?
Yeah, problem is you don't have any money to rebuy utility, do you?
Give it a go.
No Molly for the CT van, but the fight's given to them. An equalizing frag. Potential fumble. Now you know where Monacy is. What's your decision? Hunter perhaps going to be overlooked. It's a collateral from Monacy. Pulls the trigger, takes down 2 with just the 1 pull. And Imma, the last victim, runs to his demise. G2 in full control as they break through.
Tough spot for Na'Vi now. We'll just have to take some light investments and buy into the next. This is going to be a 5-1 start for G2. Blade doesn't look too worried though, does he, Jason?
No, he never does though. I can't ever read what he's thinking in his head. That's a beautiful shot.
Get Monacy on the reaction speed test.
Ooh, he held it back. Yeah. Fair play. He cocked it back, but he held it.
No, strong recommendation to any desk slammers out there. Just go for a balled fist and pretend you're about to punch him on it, but don't. That's a nice
requires
alternative.
restraint. When you're frustrated, you tend not to have much of that.
No, that's true too. I had a couple of slams last night.
Even when we're playing here, you got so frustrated you couldn't crouch. There's a clip of you punching a monitor. They call you. You're in one of the monster moments.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Live on film.
Punching ESL property.
Yeah,
I'm in
well,
trouble.
You won't get fined like the players. It's okay.
Okay.
This is an interesting setup. I was like, what's Nico doing? He's just hanging out, looking for the top main drop, I suppose. With these Deagles sent out searching, what can they find?
This is important that Navi gets some kills here. You don't want G2 to have a clean round and then be staring down a Nuke CT side that's got 2 buys beneath them that can always have replenished utility.
The scoreline last time they met on Nuke was 6-6 for G2 on this defensive half. That was the only 6 rounds they managed to accrue.
But they're also doing to Navi what Navi did to them in the first map. Remember, like G2 on the CT side Inferno or T side Inferno couldn't really get a whole lot of their money was always in such a weird place. And I think G2's inflicting that very same pain right now. We've essentially had 3 rounds in a row where there's been a really busted buy for the Navi side.
Yeah, I think the point that Alex has just brought up is the work needs to be done from G2 within the first half. So maybe if we shift our expectations to a back and forth close half, more as G2 need, let's say, 8+ rounds.
Yeah.
Right, that means the metric of every time Navi do post a round or put G2 in a breaking point, that excitement can grow because we know that G2 and some of the T sides can look worse for wear at times. Whereas Navi, I understand that right now they're still 4 rounds behind, right? They can also have a strong CT side. So we're expecting them to most likely have a better T half in this map. Now that could come back and age like milk.
But is it pasteurized? That's the question.
It's an important question as well.
Well, Blade's on the mic. Now, I always say this, and I never keep track. So I need the 2 of you to keep me honest right now.
Okay, I'll start right now.
I like to say that Blade and timeouts, you know, we find conversion. So let's make sure with how this round ends, if Blade's timeout has found the round conversion, and we'll give him a tick. We need to make sure that we're keeping track of that because I can't keep saying it, and then maybe he loses a round. I don't even remember myself. So
yeah, okay.
A whole minute and 55 seconds goes past.
You accountable, yeah, exactly. Once the round's over, I've forgotten everything.
So what's the Blade adjustment? What is the change from NAVI? I agree with Jason's point about these buys being pretty busted for NAVI considering the sequence of the start of the game. They're into everything they want besides a wonderful AWP. So what does this look like?
He's so dynamic. He starts up.
Well, a barrage of utility to open the round for Navi into the upper bomb site, just to test things. Plenty of util left for them down the stretch. Nobody's going outside.
Do you feel that this maneuver from Monacy is a direct play to deal with the fact that, okay, Navi know that the AWP is in play. We want to avoid it to long corridors like ramp or outside if we're going to search and try and go across towards heaven or hell or try and get in towards that garage position.
I will say Nico's got no HE, so he's not going to be able to give any answers as to... Ooh! Oh,
I think they spotted him.
Yeah, I think so. But now Hunter's been told to get out of there. And Monacy, what? Goes super wide, tracks out Alexi, costs him his life. It's up to the rest. Snacks, what have you got? What are you made of on this top site? A 4 versus 3. Disadvantage for Navi once more, but a wallbang can change it all. Snacks gets brought low. Hunter delivers a double. A 6 for G2 and keeping 4 alive as well.
And I've remembered this time round, a Blade timeout not converted.
Yep, I'll put a little X.
But look, it'd be great at some point if we ever are able to, and I think maybe one day it might be possible. I've been having some chats with MC, but it'd be great if we can integrate, right, like tactical timeout into round conversion
afterwards.
And I understand that the conversation gets a little bit nuanced. Like, what if they're taking it on a round where they're going to only partial buy and they're talking about the next rifle round? But regardless, I think it's still important.
You got to start somewhere.
Exactly. And it's never going to be perfect.
No.
Nothing is. This is life.
We'll clean up the details as we go. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yep. He's on.
I think if you're a Navi player, I imagine you feel pretty frustrated. We already covered the weird economy they've had to deal with and the busted buys, but even that last round out of the timeout, their entire plan gets disrupted before they can even begin it. Monacy's position throws them off a little bit. This is a cool drop-down ramp. There's already a player here. It's Malbs.
He's worrying about Secret, though. He's just being called back. They've probably heard the sound cues, but it's his chance for a multi.
Oh, and he's let the first one go. Missing shots. Half a mag. Oh, he's here to frag. Malbs onto the USP. It works just as well. One to the head could do it, but unable to hit it. Wonderful. That's an important frag. Is there more trouble brewing? I think there might be. Im has brought down Monacy. Alexi playing the doors. Hunter might overlook this as he goes for the clear. A 2-man setup. Loudly checks it. Wonderful delivers another. Massive round from Wonderful so far, but the job is not done. Immer slinking down the vents. Last seen holding this Snags. That's a bit of a hero. Blue gets off it. He looked up too high. Now he could get knocked off it with a well-placed Eagle headshot, but he doesn't fire the shot. And it's a 7th for G2. Mavs gets a...
He really liked that one, didn't he?
Pat on the
With
back.
the chef's kiss? Is that what he gave him right there?
Yeah.
Def.
I think it's just the pressure that he's under because it's unarmored players, right? But still, the fact that they have infiltrated his bomb site and he gets 2. 1, okay, but 2, that's more than par for the course.
He managed it well. He's all alone, right? And you could see he even takes a couple shots towards the window, conserving ammunition. He knows there's a timing that he's going to get wrapped upon. It's a really good double kill to make sure this retake is doable because it was still labored. Wasn't clean. Monacy's got the up back.
He missed the first like 7 bullets and then still managed to adjust and find his double. So, yeah, I understand why Taz is so happy with what Malves has put out there in his output. In fact, the whole team's output right now. Nuke looking like a map you...
Oh, but this fucking guy, man. Fucking Chicos, man. How is this working in this game?
Good, boys. All good. Focus.
It's like I'm in TeamSpeak with him.
He won the round, and Monacy's still going off his tree.
So that was Nico.
I did too at first.
Yeah. You should see he's been spending time with him. Okay, Malbs, you got another one in you? Tested early this time, and Bit just flattens him. Ramp lost. What are the reactions? This is where G2 can get caught out. Hunter and Nico immediately dip down the vent loudly, and that's been heard.
They're in though.
Oh, good kill from Hunter. Smoke comes down towards door. Nico is Bit gonna clear.
Huge.
Slides under it. That's a massive clear, and he's controlling the double doors. And there's a good lurk from Wonderful as well. 3 players go down, 2 lurkers left up top. Navi in complete control.
Oh, felt tough to let that one go, didn't it?
I think he thought he had it, like he thought it was done, but the pole absorbed a couple of the bullets.
Well, they are taking their time about this. They don't want to give Monacy a chance in the clutch. You can see how diligent they are, and understandably so. This kid's flashy. You give him an opportunity to start hitting shots, and he will. Well, Wonderful won't. So will he get into the AWP? Will that be scooped up? No. They want to continue this T-side game plan with rifles aplenty. So Wonderful, under Blade's tutelage, does not want the big green.
Monacy, oh, Hunter can drop the op.
Yeah, but this is the thing, and this is what I was going to touch on. The finances for G2, considering the scoreline, are not fantastic. It's not like they had 2 residual buys available. Yep. So this is that breaking point. And we were talking about maybe shifting the bar because we want G2 or expect G2, if they're going to win this map, to do their best work on the CT side. So we're talking like 8 or 9 rounds, if not better. Now, obviously, that's still possible. They could get 10 at the half. If they lose this one, they will be broken. And that means the finances, bottom of the barrel, they're going to have a tough time getting back into this, and NAVI can definitely find 4 or 5 for the half. Important round.
Tons of smoke outside. 4 smokes deployed for this cross. One of them a CT smoke. Utility and a Molotov to delay access to Secret as best as possible, but there's no nades to break open these smokes. And Navi's starting to cross them.
Oh, that's quick. Straight to the skull of Wonderful, and Nico plucks out Immer as well, so the yard crawl halted early.
They missed the timing on that little crawl into Big Garage as the smoke clears.
Alexi just sitting back in the chair there because you have to reset and recontemplate what you're going to do, because earlier on in the piece we saw them in a couple of these rounds that trickled out where they couldn't make a dent. And this all trouble really started when they won a round and then went for the top pop and just got absolutely denied. And from there, G2 have just been able to stack them on. We just discussed the breaking point. It feels like G2 are going to hold on to this.
Yeah, if you don't get any kills in this round as Navi, it's horrifying. That Molotov forces, oh my lord.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That's the fire extinguisher that did it.
Yeah. Just got to...
They have to go down the vent. You have to go down the vent. This is the only way.
Look at them all taking heavy damage. Knife is out. Weren't ready for Nico so soon, and he knows his job is done. Slams the door shut, repositions, safe angle. And his teammate Malbs will sweep the rest under the rug. It's Malbs and Nico getting the job done with Monacy just outside.
A good team Counter-Strike late there. Nico could just stand and take that fight if he wants, and it allows them to potentially isolate a one-on-one against Malbs, but they take contact off of each other, they shut things down, and it was their round to lose, considering these 2 openings. We'll catch them again. Monacy from lockers shatters Wonderful's hopes and dreams in that one. And Nico being down, as I was saying, that was the only way. You're not going to a top site. Monacy's AWP was on the floor. You still had Hunter. There was still a player top hut, so they had been able to dial in G2. Finances again for NAVI. Now it's only 4 rounds possible. A great CT half for G2.
Can it be greater? Said 10 was possible. And now maybe not, because JL has managed to find an opening. Spams out Nico through the smoke. A little revenge from Inferno, but in there. Oh, spotted. And at least he gets the information. A leg shot, a quick shot from m0NESY. Confirms the secret occupied by the opposition.
Must have hit him in the ankle through the wall. Not a whole lot of damage done, but Hunter's dropped down. At least the information is there. At least he caught that piece as Ima descends into secret. A few more Navi players bringing up the rear.
Ooh,
a complete rotation downstairs.
Heavy rotation.
You've got so many rounds, it feels like you can gamble a little bit. You can take some of these chances, and you have been reading them decently, so I don't mind this whatsoever.
m0NESY's going to go checking. Ahead of the molly, catches him out walking. He is an absolute nightmare for NAVI right now. He's everywhere.
Yeah, but look at what all this over-rotation has allowed. Look at all the space gained. Alexi can try and cut off Snacks getting back into the site. It's through his smoke, doesn't see it, comes back for more. Oh, Alexi didn't commit to the fight because he knows he's got JL and Door. And Heaven is controlled by Navi as well. Bit is going to save the day. Malbs can do absolutely nothing. And there's one more who's trying to make it up the ladder and the vent. And G2 just locked out of this round after the rotation downstairs. Or are they?
Yeah, I mean, he's on the reload. Not ready, not expect. The fact that Bit has gone down the ladder while m0NESY's preoccupied is just, yeah, it's just gaming. He is gaming.
And that's the thing, look at the money, right? Look at where the finances are right here. We're going into this final round of the half. We're going to have only the 1,400 loss bonus, so it is going to be slightly touch and go. Bit's making sure that AWP can't be picked up by Hunter if he was to be sneaking around. We can see he isn't. He's in the van, and actually Bit's going to carry the AWP into the final round to play, so I suppose Wonderful is going to be getting that as a gift.
Little change up. I mean, they've been very stubborn about T-side AWPs. They're not really pulling money out. Hasn't been a part of the game plan so far.
So if Hunter drops for m0NESY, both Malbs and Snacks can buy themselves. I assume Snacks will probably go into something a little bit lighter, like an MP9. Malbs is going to as well, so they feel that they need utility in this. Nico will have an M4, m0NESY the same. Hunter's going to have a rifle. So this isn't a bad buy. It's obviously not idyllic. They don't have everything that they would be hoping for, but still, they can contend for 9 rounds at the half.
Now, I don't frequently attend the casino, but is there a term for when you gamble and you gamble incorrectly?
Losing?
Ah, that's it. Right, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, that's what they did. G2 losers.
Aggression.
In the 11th round. Malbs charges through. I love this. Okay, they've got it. The G2 lobby control flies around the corner. Wings in the feed. Malbs takes down JL.
Gotta get a move on if you NAVI.
Lexi B with haste, juggling the smokes to try and reposition. Hamstrung early. Big Yard focus on their setup as well here. They've got plenty cover. Wonderful though, that T-side AWP. Will it be overlooked in their movements here? G2 need to be careful. Tucked on Unbreakable is one. m0NESY. Malbs jiggling. Nico towards the warehouse. He actually tags him. Good shooting from Wonderful. Hunter's come up secret. They're really focused on this part of the map, and understandably so. They're walking out now, and Wonderful just turned his back as Hunter rounds the corner. I think he will. Oh!
Well, he spots the information. He says they've fallen back from outside. Nobody's here. They've repositioned back towards lobby, and Navi, they found that window that G2 had to vacate the premises.
Well, this is uncomfortable if Snacks goes down cleanly.
I don't expect Hunter
to... Lovely double dink out of the MP9 close range. m0NESY finds a right angle to deliver the killing blow onto Bit. And one by one, NAVI fall. We said 8's great. Well, 9 is better. And they're just 1 kill away from a 9-3 CT half. Is that Malbs?
Taunting him with the save goal.
Why not?
Save, yeah, exactly. 9-3, G2. They want to take us the distance. They want to see map 3. 4 rounds away. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 9 p.m. local in Malta as we got the second half of the second map of our second semi-final. NAVI and G2. I got Jason Moses, O'Toole, Chad Sponge, Birchall in the booth, looking to see if we need 3, and it looks likely. 3 to work with, as discussed last time they met. It was the second half, and yeah, G2 struggled to post any rounds on their T side. It's been a consistent recurring theme that G2's T sides have lacked some polish at times.
You said 0 rounds the last time they played Nuke on their T side.
Yes.
0.
Yeah, 0. But 9 already. You only need 4. You only need 4.
That's true.
A pistol would be huge. A pistol all but locks it in. Oh dear, it's looking problematic. It's looking too comfortable. Everyone from NAVI in attendance, the Imit double after a quiet first half, and JL just throws the cherry on top.
Now, Alex, if you don't mind, I'm going to take Jason down memory lane with myself.
Please.
Here we go.
Now, back in the day, Jason,
Yes,
when we were sprightly young teenagers, and we were playing Counter-Strike for the love of the game.
The love.
There was no money in it. We were just playing. Nuke used to be a 12-3 scoreline at a half would be pretty standard. Pretty par for the course, I would say.
Yeah, even you know, 14-1s were out there every once in a while. Yeah.
And sometimes, Alex, you would even bring those games back.
Yep.
You would get 1 or 2 rounds on a Nuke T half, and you'd be like, well, we can work with that because you can shut this map down. Now, I don't think that's the same in the modern conversation. I definitely think the Ts have a lot more options. Secrets change position. Under isn't crazy with those massive, almost bulletproof doors that used to exist once upon a time. But the 9-3 scoreline of the half, this is something that I feel is recoverable for NAVI. And obviously the woes of G2 and the T sides are something that they're going to need to break within this series. And then also the curse that they're hoping to break against Alexi B. So there's a lot against G2. So if NAVI can get off to a good start, the pistol round helps. This conversion against some Deagle upgrades is going to be good. And then if they can deal with the first rifle round, this game's on.
And if we have any longtime ESL Pro League listeners tuning in, I believe at a previous season, when CS2 had just come out, we mathematically decided that 9-3 is the new most dangerous scoreline.
That's right.
It's like the 11-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the equivalent.
We call that one O'Toole's Law.
We've got a lot of laws.
We are starting to get quite a law book going on. Should write them down at some point.
Harry invented another one the other day. I think he was feeling hungry. Cole's Law.
Cole's Law, yeah. That sounds good, actually.
All right, here come the rifles. Malm's going to operate with the Galil. AK-47s for everybody else. So light on a little bit of crowd control utility. We are lacking Molotovs on 4 out of the 5 members of G2. There's smokes to work with, though. Let's see if they go for just a classic smoke wall outside.
And Wonderful, in pursuit of an AWP, has opted not to get the helmet. Just keep your eyes on that if he meets Malbs. 9-5, let's go. First gunny. Will there be anything off the rip? Or will they let Nico take some space yard first?
This is the type of round, if you're G2, you want to play out a little bit slowly, right? You want to see if the CTs are going to operate with any opening gambits, allow them to use their protocol utility of blocking for top rushes, blocking ramp, and then once it subsides, then your individuals who we know are on point are able to take some of these duels. You're having a good game from Nico, Monacy, Hunter the same, and it's not like Malbs and Snacks are lacking too far behind. They've also had some impactful kills. Especially Malbs now on the T side. This is where he can do a bit better work because he gets to initiate a few more duels.
Only 2 smokes left for G2 on this T side, though. If they want to go downstairs, they have to use both of them. And at this point, Navi's getting a lot of information, starting to push up ramp room to try and clear out lobby. There's Malbs waiting there to meet them.
Okay, Malbs is going to get a first test. And there is Wonderful without his helmet getting deleted. But fortunately, Bit was present. And the trade is in.
And Navi's in a weird place because they dropped 1 down. They had to respect the fact that access to Secret was open. They also have to respect the fact that Heaven is open.
This is a great off angle.
This. Oh, the angle from Bit is almost a guaranteed frag. Just like almost. I said almost. Because Hunter does not get the memo, takes the head off of Bit, and Alexi B needs a multi-kill here. He's only had 1 frag, and this could be a difference maker. Can he have an impact round? Can he maintain the momentum? Monacy does hit 2 clean headshots, and time is of the essence. The plant won't be denied, but maybe he can isolate as they punch in the code. Monacy with 3. G2 starting to believe that it is going to be determined on the 3rd.
Yeah, you're talking about Alexi there. It felt like he maybe should have been able to get another kill, but the pressure mounting, and Bit as well.
Yeah.
It felt like a guaranteed kill. I was with you. I agreed 100% within that scenario.
Did JL drop his M4 to pick up that Galil? They all had M4s at the start of this round, correct?
Maybe, yeah. But still, like, the M4 is practically a Galil and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
I always feel like the recoil is a little weird in the Galil.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
A bit more of a laser beam depending on the M4.
Yeah.
Well, that's a dream start. You couldn't have asked for more. What are
Yeah,
you
you
doing?
can.
You're testing Bit. And he handles ramp with poise, with elegance.
This is the kind of round where Yanko would have his hands up and being like,
Yes.
what's going on in the map?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't know what the memo Monacy was given, but he seemed to be under the impression the Bit was not going to be present.
This is a tough round to swallow if you're G2 right out of a win.
No. Boys, we're not going to sit here for a minute and
it
20 seconds.
feels
are we?
like it might be.
We're not going to sit here for a minute and 20 seconds.
It seems like they're getting cozy up there. I'm not going to lie.
Why, Jason?
It seems
Why,
like,
Jason?
It seems like they're getting really comfortable.
Okay, well...
Don't tell me you guys have never had a party on a rooftop. Couple in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not this statically, however.
No,
There'd normally be something going on.
A little bit of music.
Yeah.
Can't really poke holes in their setup as well. You know, the setup for this save is solid. You've got the door covered, you've got the climb up the ladder, and you've got the yard push. Unless they, nope, no, I've got nothing.
They've got it all handled.
Yep.
Credit to them.
Well, here is the highlight and the low light of the round, I suppose. It depends of which team you're a fan.
2 body shot kills ramp. Surely that signifies we did something was missing. Something was misexecuted. Just 8 bullets.
Maybe they got a little over-eager not seeing a smoke there.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, maybe it's a stack, maybe it's an eco round.
Well, they're probably expecting a lighter investment to come through. Obviously,
Yep.
right? So thinking, okay, maybe we can go and take these jewels and have a bit of the better firepower. Now, Alexi's come over to get a better gun. The same thing for Imma. He's looking, and, well, he can't find anything. So Imma's just going to get stuck with an MP9. Alexi will find the upgrade. But back in it.
Yeah, what does G2 call in this round, though, after you just get
I reckon
you just
dry
get obliterated?
swing ramp.
Double dry swing ramp. Maybe you get a third person in there, it'll work. Timeout's taken from G2 to talk things over, see if they want to add any bells and whistles, any utility into those swings and ramp.
Monacy's got a decision to make, and it seems he's making the conservative choice. When you only need 3 more to close this out on the T side, it's not currently matching the full investment. Malbs is, though, so maybe that influences it. Look at this decision to be made.
I feel that you have to, because in the next round, your teammates who have guns right now, if you lose this, will be affected by getting the no-loss bonus.
Yeah, right.
So the next round, you can only get 2,400. So unless the plan is, hey, Monacy, you keep it cheap. If this round we force in on Malb, so we have everybody pretty low on cash, we lose this. Next round, we can have at least a Hero M4, Hero AK on Monacy. No, never mind. That was an idea.
It was an idea.
But it's not the idea.
I like that you were building into it as well.
Yeah,
it sounded really good.
I'm just glad that Chad, you know, he ran with it.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to see where it takes you. A little bit of utility being chucked outside. Smoke wall. Nico's hustling over to red box. Going to take his time as that smoke is broken open immediately.
Okay, Hunter, that is a early drop-off onto top of main. 3 walking this yard, the yard smokes. Pathing, though, into Wonderful. And he's perfectly found Nico on his flight path. Stared right into the sun there, and it might lead to his demise. Lovely proactivity from Hunter.
Good move.
Agile and effective. Uh-oh. Oh, that's scary. Alexi B's going to be getting nervous. Sweaty palms, and Malbs is dig deadly. Catches the JL search. Another body drops. Immed down to Snacks. Bit has to be the hero, not again. A double kill from Bit can change it all. He nearly finished off Monacy as well. They were not expecting that.
How is Bit getting these fights time and time
again? No idea.
again?
It's like when your teammates are just playing different players.
How does Alexi handle this is the question. Does he risk going up the ladder? I think he has a good enough timing to walk outside and try and jump up quietly.
Doesn't know Hunter's here. He's dead.
That's
He's just
true.
dead.
That's
dead
true.
for free. Bit in a 1-on-2 situation.
Off you got, Bit.
It'll do it.
Off. It does look like he sneaked. Is he nailed it? Oh, no! Shy. It would have been it. 1v1.
That's like the windmill at putt-putt.
Yeah, it's hard to get it right. That narrow gap between the silos. Now looking to jump for information. Bit not sure about the second player. Has Hunter repositioned. Now he has a good idea. Was Heaven. This is
No,
crazy.
you don't.
This
No, you
is
don't.
crazy.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It's crazy! Oh, Bit! Pros do not fake as the salaried professional holds the defuse.
I know we're not talking about an arena of 10,000 people, but there is still a crowd there, and they are still making some noise. The fact that he has just sat that defuse right in the face of Hunter in that scenario, calls his bluff, makes him look like a fool. Bit has snatched this away, catches a few players with the pants around their ankle, and then pulls this off.
I mean, think about his last 2 rounds. He was the double kill at ramp that forced a 1-minute long save. Now he's just stolen this round away from G2.
Hunter's had a couple of tilting moments already.
The missed plan.
Involving the bomb, yeah.
I think he also was responsible for the missed smoke. I could be wrong.
Yes, yeah.
I think he threw that.
The retake smoke?
Yeah, the retake smoke on B. And now this, like in your own head, you're just kind of sitting there going like, I know I'm better than this.
Yeah.
Does that compound? Does that, resurface? Or will he be able to shake it off as the consummate professional he often is?
Tell you what, though, with this comeback, Bit is buying Navi all the time to get everyone back involved, to shake their own frustrations off. We've seen JL take a couple rough deaths in the past few rounds.
Yeah, you're right.
We saw a little frustration from him earlier. And Bit's giving them some space to mentally get back into this game and start putting numbers on the scoreboard.
Still teetering, right? So everybody went down for Navi in the previous. They need a clean round or a round with at least 3 players staying alive to make this difficult, because G2, they haven't fully invested. That loss bonus is starting to build. They're going to get the 2,900 into the next, so they can full buy next round, but this is still very threatening.
Ooh, Alexi B playing with fire, going for a swing out there. If he does it again, now the Tech 9 will jump straight in his face. Good catch. Snack's not looking.
An otherwise great game from Hunter. 16 and 6. Been doing a lot. Now to attack ramp room and attack into an AWP with no utility. You have 1 flashbang to utilize, but it won't be for that initial peak. Thankfully a missed shot, but that M4 back of the box is doing work. There goes Wonderful, so Bit's on his own.
He's in danger or not. Malbs goes down. Nico should hit the shot though. Knowing Nico, not easy given the Bit with the power position, the long range weapon. He's got Hunter now alongside with him.
Oh, with the reposition. Okay, he's made it down. Good call from Bit.
Wow.
Found an opportunity to bail out, and he pulls the ripcord. So JL's got the fallback. Bit's got lower. All they have to be concerned about at this point, at the moment, is any kind of wrap towards heaven.
Alexi B attending to that possibility. He hears audible steps. Nico recovers the AWP. Actually going to search this? And Bit on the ramp, not exposed just yet. Hunter finds him. Important back from Imet. Locks it down. I mean, in the absence of Wonderful and JL, Imet and Bit have managed to deliver the necessary rounds. That's 3 in a row now from Na'Vi.
And this builds into that conversation that we've been having about now, following Blade's rule, but the individuals now showing a whole lot more form, and a whole lot of players who can pop off when required. Bit's been having a lot of impact. Unfortunately for him, going into this rifle round, he's just dealt a dud hand with the FAMAS. Malbs into the Galil again, so I guess he's more than happy to work with it.
And he played with an MP9, it feels, most of the first half. As crazy as that sounds. Or a lot of the first half, at least. It's no time for G2 to be too frustrated. They've had some rounds stolen away from them, but they're stolen because G2 looked good in them in the first place, not able to close them out. But you have to keep your eye on the fact that these rounds have been playing out very well in your favor until the very end.
Na'Vi aren't comfortable, but they're not feeling like they can close this easily. They are going to have to work for this, and G2 have just kept the pressure on.
I guess the best way to describe it is G2 CT side felt way more dominant.
True. Yeah, Na'Vi were chasing their tail.
The whole time. I mean, these like early 3v5s were just ruining their day.
Well, it looks like a pack roll towards Yard, so late smoke wall being erected. Waited until that minute mark had passed. Now the smokes trickle in. Looks like they want to find their way down secret. Alexi doesn't have a nade to break this. Wonderful. Ooh, looking over the smoke. There is the Walt in towards Warehouse.
Yeah, you can see he's concerned about that. Alexi B trying to investigate himself. And Wonderful catches Nico. Oh, the push from Alexi profits as well. Malbs trades, charging lower. Imet, he's ahead of the play. Bit as well will be tending to the window room. Window not broken, a sound cue required. And a head-to-head duel. FAMAS, though, versus the AK-47. And how has he dinked him? Put Snacks down. Can't adjust in time. A great headshot from Malbs. Can he come up clutch? With just 10 seconds, a safe plant is going to be required. Does get it punched. And now... Swung! JL brings it home. Whew.
Yeah, tight.
Yeah, really, every round.
Alexi finding a perfect timing there to cinch his way through the smoke and get a kill in the back for free, then traded. As they made their way in towards lower, it felt like it should have been a lock, but you're right, you have that M4 on Bit, he probably gets that first kill a little bit easier and then has time to adjust. So the lower site was broken into. It's a nice swing from JL just as the bomb's going down. But with the bomb getting planted again for G2 and the loss bonus well and truly within their favor, there's good decisions they can make financially. Again, they can be threatening, right? It's never just a full eco. Down the stretch, they will always have the loss bonus in their favor. If they can keep planting, they can always be buying in with something.
Door broken open. Counter mollies from Navi hold them at bay for the moment. Deep smoke in door, but Snacks with the Mac 10 might just challenge that.
Going through it, surely.
Straight out, straight out. Look how much space Snacks has to work with. Back of the site, Imit comes up to support. Huge from NAVI, locking it down. He had so much room to maneuver, so much. He comes out of the smoke, and he's got nothing to report, but they were all there hiding in plain sight on the bomb site. 10-10.
What a massive play from Ima. I think he really saved the day there because they're rupping into that bomb site. One sole defender. I think JL, the fact he steps through this to get the double is so massive. It buys so much time.
I love the fact that they're all in situations that aren't great. Like, they know that they're going to be pushing out of choke points, but they catch G2 at the time that they're clearing the site still. Right? So that's huge from G2 to make that type of from Navi to make that type of maneuver. All right, well, a rifle round.
And immediately, m0NESY, T-side or pulls it out, tries to make a play, unable to convert off of his squeaky aggress. Late smoke wall. I mean, I say late, it's going to be earlier than it was last round, it seems. Snack's already lining it up. Uninterrupted.
Warps a ramp. And that's where they're headed.
And there's no smoke. That almost feels like it should be a warning sign. Someone's alarm bells better go off and mention the AWP is a possibility.
He hits the first. A flashbang for the repeat, trying to force off the m0NESY AWP. Does well, does huge work. Connects and finishes off the job. Can't hit the quick scope, should be run down. Malbs has made this a round G2 can win. Must win.
Yeah, but Navi's had two people down here every time they've attacked the lower bomb site. They've got it again. Missed shot from Ima, but will they expect Bit?
That's a good question, Jason. Only one can know, and yep, Malbs, he knows. He was ready, the Molotov to account for it. Catches the headshot, puts it onto JL. Yet to see a JL clutch here on the second map. He's not going to give it a look in.
It's the only sensible option, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the finances of Alexi B, boy, is poor. We'll need some assistance.
It's such a rough game for Navi to battle back in because it hasn't been dominant like you pointed out. It's been a bit more labor for Navi within these rounds, so they've always been under pressure. But this
with a license to lobotomize, it's Malbs MD, the lobotomist.
So we did some things the other day.
Wow.
We did some things with the green screen. I just want to throw that out there.
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Jason, main character O'Toole.
Yeah.
$1 million man.
$1 million man. Well, well, well. G2, they've done a whole lot better than the last time they faced off on Nuke. 2 rounds to boast, and only 2 more required.
All right, JL dropping 1. Alexi's the yard rifler, so he's going to keep a rifle. If it was Snacks on the other side, then, he's going to be with an MP9. But that's not the case. That's not how this one's going to unfold. Everybody's able to get a rifle in hand. Wonderful can get the AWP, so there is a full buy. And Blade, take a note. Tactical timeout. Adjustment required. CT side having to deal with what comes next. The big brain. Sending all that information into the ears of his players. The fact that it's only the second tactical timeout he's called, and they've been under this much pressure, that's pretty impressive. He saved it for this moment.
That's a lot of faith you have in your team if you're not calling timeouts in a 3-9 half in the first half through all these close rounds.
Yeah, for real.
This has been a really hard-working comeback for Navi, and once again, just sitting 1 round back.
Crunch time. These rounds can define series. 2 AWPs in the mix, 1 for either side. We will get to see Wonderful take his yard. m0NESY heading straight towards the ramp, so we might get a head-to-head with his comrade Bit. As not to be. Stray Star Secret. So Ime will keep them at bay. Malbs making a step towards Squeak.
Again, this pace change from G2, right? It hasn't been quick. They're not hoping to try and take this space early. They're slowing things down, waiting out the protocol utility, throwing the smoke wall, even losing multiple kills on openers and then still being able to trade efficiently in towards the site. As long as they can get out, get space, these individuals can get the multi-kills required.
It's got to be a weird game for Nico out in Yard because it's Alexi playing that defense initially on the other side. Obviously, he's got help. You know, Bits in secret this round. Wonderful's been out there with an AWP, but as the main rifler, you know, Alexi doesn't take as many challenges as other players do outside. He tries to play the brain game.
It's not like Nico versus Rain, for example.
Yeah, there's a nice sound cue there. So that Nico kind of has confirmation that they might have started secret by virtue of the flashbang Alexi has thrown. He throws out the Molly secret. Now Ime prepares himself. It's JL and Ime
Coming A.
to defend this bomb site. It's next to smoke main. Monacy to Molo hut. This has to be perfect from G2. This feels like a bit of an all-in maneuver. Molly forces a relocation. Ime full flying, but JL's contributing heavily. Double headshot. Ime, can he do the same? The Molly burns him down, but it's a NAVI round.
Good on JL. Nice double kill. Takes the teeth out of the execute.
I'm sure we'll see it in the replay because he got mollied out and he just kind of stood in the open. Ah, here it is. So he actually fires off a couple of shots. Malbs sees that as an invitation to go fight and catches him swinging with a misaligned pre-aim.
Is that the hut roof molly burning down the ground?
Top. Yeah, look, the thing is, running through that, you're only going to really cop a tick, right? So it's not the worst in the world.
No, but if you're JL, you're probably like, I'll take that fight when they're in the Molotov, you know?
Oh, and here he is again. It's Ime this time round. Doubles up through the door.
Oh, and Nico already bleeding out. Just 1 HP. It might be a Monacy round. Oh, look at him go! The chips were down. Your teammates were dead, and he just charges into the top side. Nico hits a
2v2.
cracker onto Wonderful. Lexi B and Bit. Retake. Taking shape. Both looking towards main. Hunter going around the world.
Oh, this is such a long time for Monacy with 13 HP to have to hold on to the site. They're counting on this smoke being up. If they have the timing, it could work out.
Fades now.
Lots to clear.
Answers on Tetris. Monacy with low HP. Sound cue given. Bit delivers. Hunter rushing. He's got there in time, but it's not planted perfectly. They're not going to overlook this. They are going to overlook this position, and they line up for him. The long con from Hunter. Around the world for a 12th round.
And the finances in the bin for NAVI.
What a play! I mean, that is feast or famine, right? He either looks a tit or he looks like a god, and he's pulled it off.
He gets it back for the defuse earlier. That Bit just steals out from beneath him in the upper bomb site. This one he drills, and what a critical moment for it.
To say that when your teammate's 20 HP and planting on B, to say, I'm going heaven.
Hey, bro, I'm doing the long rotate. Just chill for like 20 seconds.
The biggest problem in that situation is the kit is on Bit and not Alexi.
Right.
Because they both head towards the bomb. Bit's the one who has to defuse.
So Alexi's forced to cover.
But that's the thing, were essentially on top of each other.
Lined up.
So obviously not expecting that heaven maneuver whatsoever, but maybe the comms there about the kit came in last minute. And now this is the buy for NAVI to take things to overtime. An M4, a couple of MP9s, a Deagle, a 5.7, and the U2 is already gone.
I mean, that's a superstar's play, right? You lose 2 players early, and Monacy just takes matters into his own hands up into the top site, finds some equalizers, gets
a couple of rounds they've had multi-kills in the opener for NAVI and haven't been able to close.
Bit's already pushed up. Malbs is just being distracted. Oh, he's got him! Leg shot! Leg shot on Monacy, and all of a sudden into mini we go.
This could still be OT. It's chaos, it's pandemonium. Bit on T-roof, Malbs, his legs exposed, forced back, there's pressure from every angle. Back is turned on Snags. Nico does deliver, puts it onto Bit. They know where he was, and they know where he is. We're going to 3, Ancient required. NAVI, they put up a fight, but this war of attrition won by G2. Up against, they need an opponent And after this pistol, keep your eyes on Malbs in mid. He has a very strong proficiency to take the space in this part of the map that Hunter now resides. Spotted out, Alexi B confirms, but is it just one? It feels like one. Just a couple of Glock bullets. They start to search cave. Could be dual Berettas on any of these corners, and so careful, quiet, clears.
Here's U2 for the execute on Snacks. That's going to be coming in through cave, so probably short smoke and long molly. And they're across, so it's a retake setup identified. They're looking for space. They're going to push long.
That's a deep molly. It forces them to make a decision. You either fight or you run. Not for the latter. Retaking it with a flashbang's nice though, but Nico has vision, delivers a headshot. Imit does the same, a double from him on the USP. Monacy pairs together frags, 5 bullets, turns away, can't get it on the fade, he has to reload, and it's up to Hunter in the clutch. Awkward engagements, but wonderful, delivers with the dual Berettas. NAVI take pistol 1.
I like the approach. Like, I like the strategy. They execute, they get the bomb down. You ask where it goes wrong. I guess it's the Imit double kill.
I also like the approach from NAVI, right? Didn't overthink and said everyone through CT. I think that's the thing. You expect someone to go for some sort of a flank, to come from cave or behind the ramp, but they overpowered them in numbers, and that's something G2 didn't expect, but they got the bomb down. So forced by most likely, and this is where Alex was spot on. This is where Malbs does his best work, it feels like, and
well, at least there's an AK this time. You see, Nuke, he kept having the Galil. I was like, what's going on here? I know you need the nades, mate, but come on.
They haven't played the game on Nightmare.
Oh, yo, he's getting hot feet. Oh, and that could have turned cold rather quickly. Bit pays a heavy price for an aggressive excursion. Lives on, though.
Yeah, at least Imma knows nobody can come from heaven to kill him. They've completely been able to flush out and clear B lane. Now, this is fine if you're G2 because you aren't going to make a move and try to initially rush in towards A. That rotation would be ahead. You're just going to have to simmer. And I think this is key. This is also what they were doing Nuke late. They just took a bit of pace out of it and the smoke walls came in late. Now, they can go for the, yeah, there you go, the late smokes and then try and take this control. And that means that it's not going to be util versus util. It's going to be crosshair versus crosshair. And that's where G2 can do their best work.
But they're not already fighting for mid. You can see Imit's stance. He is just going to be jumping for info. I say that as he does start to push slightly further forward. Oh, and spotted. Jiggers up, charging towards Donut. Wonderful in a prime position to collect, but no AWP. So opts for big box instead. Has no answers main. This fight is everything. Lick of the flame, they heard you. Alexi B down. Big frag from Nico. Monacy flattens the player on big box, and it all falls into place for G2. A second round force fight that looks to have paid off.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you worry there for a little bit that they're all coming from Donut, no one from main to perhaps split that defense, but yeah, the force buy, and I like what you said, Chad, as well, them slowing the pace down. You don't always have to win the round where, you know, immediately, right? Let your players get some duels, not always have to go through utility.
Like, it's a weird one as well. I don't know whether Alexi thought about it, but by respecting that cave smoke, they had no answers B either. It kind of delayed their rotation to acknowledge A.
Well, that's what changed. They had full information, full mid, full B lane, then the late util coming through, and then at that point they'd drop back expecting something a little bit different, and they were just able to waltz their way in. I think if it's a philosophy change and they do that on more maps, it'll be very beneficial for them.
Absolutely. I think also the map veto, in a sense, shows you the confidence of NAVI to go for Ancient over Dust 2, but I think it's a little bit of overconfidence because this is the last time NAVI lost Ancient was to G2 at EWC, and that was their first event with Snacks and Malbs.
I think Snacks was just using that gap to see Alexi waltz in a cave. Flash comes forward, so Snacks was ready for that. There's a tiny gap. Maybe we'll catch it in another round that you can peer through. But Joe gets one back with a deagle. And that sends them towards middle with the bombs. So pack rolling, G2 just need to continue to trade off of each other. Bits pushed in towards main. This is completely clear. Now, if he continues forward, he's going to miss the timing. I like that from Snacks. CT smoke deployed. Here comes Bit. Too late to this. Oof. Yeah, definitely too late. So, should be... Are they going to A-split? That's their own CT smoke. They're going to have to go through Temple if that's going to be the case. Snacks is in Donut. They can take their time. There's still 40 seconds left. No issues. Hit the brakes. Allow the fights to come their way. And they should be dealing with this force buy with ease. Just JL to find. He's the only one with a kill within the round in favor of NAVI. And that's going to be NAVI losing consecutive, and now going to have to go to an eco. Good start from G2. I like the ideas that we're seeing.
And on their T side, no less.
Yeah, I think if you play a lot of Pug Counter-Strike, people are either winning or losing rounds at the start. No one's going to play slow in Pugs, right? That's the thing. People know utility at high-level Pugs. They know all the smokes and the flashes, but it's essentially just like a car crash.
Right.
Like it's just, we're going to run at each other, and if we get lucky with the timing or our flash timing is better, we'll probably get 2 kills and take this map control. But if G2 just take a bit of pace out of it, what's going to end up happening is NAVI will probably stop blocking everywhere early. And then that's when G2 can throw in something a bit more pacey. Maybe that extra HE's missing. Maybe that extra molly's not in play. And they're able to then brute force, because in this map, to block the rushes B and to block the rushes over towards middle, you need to use a lot of util within the early stages.
Yeah, very resource intensive.
And in some moments, you could see basically G2 playing a little bit like NAVI on their T side, where their goal in the round isn't necessarily they know where they want to finish the round. They just want to take some control, right? Wait for the reaction from the CTs and then punish that. And we were talking about it in the pre-match chat, you know, feels like the way to win for G2 is minimize the number of gun rounds in the game, right? Like win these key rounds. Force buy obviously helps a ton with that, even better than winning the pistol straight up. So they've set themselves up for a nice T side here, if they can have a clean anti-eco in this one.
Well, a couple of good ideas with the nades. Obviously, double towards middle to deal with any CT aggression there. Now over towards long. They know JL saved something. Well, I'm sure they were aware it was the Deagle because of the kill. And then he tends to be over towards that B site, right? So just trying to remove a couple of corridors with the HEs. Only finding a little bit of damage, but this should be a round they putt in. It's so difficult to see how this will get out of control. Should be a G2 round every day of the week, and they are taking their time.
Yeah, I was about to say it would require JL to get a Deagle ace on the B side of Ancient, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. I don't think the Lightning's going to strike twice for JL here.
All 5 here for NAVI.
Yeah, m0NESY's holding for this though, and he is going to be unable to convert the initial kill, so it opens up a little bit of a chance, but slammed shut. m0NESY gets 3, and there's the last to fall. A 3-1 scoreline. Okay, things definitely starting to trend upwards for G2.
Now, I wonder if noting the pace that G2's operated within these rounds, like, sure, we haven't had full gun round just yet, but I was just questioning, would Blade want to take a timeout so they can chat about what the approach change needs to be? But he also gets the good graces of getting to monitor what they're saying up until he hears something maybe he doesn't like, and then he could try and call that tac timeout in time.
Lurk smoke thrown out by Nico. See if they have a response to that, or if there's a particular strategy in mind. It will slow, perhaps, the B info crawl. Snack showing presence towards B, flashes ramp, nades cave. They're making it feel like a lot of B presence has been taken.
They're feeling... Oh, hold up a second.
Yeah, Snacks, he's fine. He's covered by Nico.
I just wanted to highlight they're feeling pressure towards B because not only did they smoke B doors, they also then smoked top B ramp, which then tells me that they were expecting something quite poppy towards B.
Alps, though, he's going to have to try and win this duel out. Covered as well by Imer, and a 1-2 punch of the Donut defense. He steps into the line of fire once more. Wonderful find, Snacks. Nico needs a clean one. Can't get it done on the MP9 of Alexi.
I think you wanted Hunt to move a little bit faster there, Yanko. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, with 2 players in Donut, you feel like that's the only opportunity there for him to try and take some space, but all his teammates died as well, so a clean round for NAVI, and one that wasn't ideal, right, because of the economy. There was no op on Wonderful. They couldn't have all of their utility either.
It's quite interesting with that situation because I think timing favored NAVI was when that util was thrown out. Because what it did was it made them think that there was nobody back of Donut. Then when they were committed to take the fight towards the right side of Donut, they see the smoke come in, and then the second player is able to activate. So I just think the timing of util for NAVI is what kind of drew G2 in and weren't expecting that second player to swing. And at that point, you're already committed to the right-hand fight. So this one is going to be a very handy round with all 5 staying alive. A good way to try and course correct for NAVI on this CT side. Hunter to save an AK-47. There's residual cash aplenty. m0NESY can get at the AWP. Nico with the loss bonus will get in enough to buy, but likely to get a drop. Want to make sure they get that util. So another round necessary for NAVI to try and break G2 or make these finances questionable. And that's what I was talking about, right? Because they saw the counter molly come out from Wonderful, so they withdrew just to that one position.
Right.
And at the timing, he's lucky he gets the smoke out in time. If they were like a split second quicker, he probably goes down in that sequence, and that's the difference of the rounds.
So Malb's going to try any funny business in mid. They're throwing out double nades looking for him. Maybe a boost. Yeah, they are boosting m0NESY up just for info.
It was heard.
And ouch, a little bit of a chip damage from the HE puts him onto 72.
So they didn't open with a red smoke. They opened with the B. Oof, okay, bit of chunk damage done on the spam. They just opened with lurk smoke and cave smoke. Alexi replenishes. He's actually going to be pretty staunch with this, staying forward, wanting to fight, wanting to spam. That molly didn't look perfect, but still does the job. More spam damage from Nico.
Yeah, he's definitely got his lineup sorted, puts Bit on notice, down to just 44. Missed smoke on red, that's a big gap.
Yeah.
You're hoping they have no answers, that they are without info mid, and little do you know, I mean, you do know now, Mabs has just seen it's missed, so that might change their plan. 55 and counting, molly default. Pressure being applied to this B defense. Is Alexi B going to be able to get one here? Yes, he is! Snax will trade. Pushing through, JL, clean headshot finding Snax. Now the bomb hasn't been spotted, it might be now. Hunter jiggles out, nade in his hand. And Malb still trying to get to work. Wonderful, struggling to finish him off. 30 seconds, guys, this is getting tight.
It's the bomb.
JL re-aggresses, in a man advantage, he goes pushing down the ramp.
A couple of good moves from NAVI within this round. Hunter being tagged up, JL will grab another. Malbs will get the trade, 17 seconds, needs to make the move and was going to opt for the save again. So back-to-back rounds, G2 are going to have one player staying alive, holding onto a rifle. You see that, right? They throw the pillar molly in the site for their cave progression, and Alexi B committed knows nobody can bait for him, so has to be proactive and swing wider, because the clears for the Ts, they're going to have an easy day at that. And that's the thing, like the micro decisions of individuals, the pressure is getting put on, he knows he has to fight, and then again, that becomes like a 50-50. Does he catch the player coming through cave when they're clearing a different angle, and he's ahead of it for the opening pick? So it's just the little details in these rounds that are making the difference so far.
Yeah, just the aggression from the NAVI players, right? I mean, JL just going for a straight-up fight right after that in a 4v4. You know, keeps pushing down B as well. Just relentless, really. And they had the numbers on the B bomb site, so that might be the reason as well.
Does it feel like, Yanko, that the players are getting more comfortable? Because the level of expressiveness and also the banter, it feels like it's, you know, hitting a fever pitch.
Yeah, no, it's a good observation.
Or the camera shots are just getting significantly better. And hi, welcome to my cave.
The freest frag you're ever going to see for Alexi.
Well, fortunately, Malbs has gotten one back, so we're in a 4-on-4 at least.
Mid is lost. Wonderful spotting the red cross, and this is a very forward position. It's an off angle.
But he keeps full info because they're not trying to put any pressure on Donut, which might actually be a big mistake. If they're just going to try and pivot back into a B play, you still get this. Oh, it's actually Bit. So he's traded out position with Alexi.
Oh, how does Alexi play this? I want to know the angle. What is the optimal way to play this? Jiggling out, sliding, keeping his back along the wall. m0NESY contact walks in. It's m0NESY versus Alexi. Who can best them? That's what he was waiting for. Catches the element of surprise, but does not find the head. Swing is coming. Supportive flash is great. Damage is good. Alexi only the one. Nico, m0NESY fighting tooth and nail. JL through the flames makes it a one-on-one. It's up to Nico. Hasn't checked the ammo. Better hope he's got bullets. Wonderful pushes through. Swaps to his nades. And Wonderful brings it home for NAVI. 3 consecutive now, but that one comes right down to the wire.
Why the look away from Alexi? Did they see the flash in the air? I'm not sure what happened within that sequence. Maybe they thought they had finished the meal. Maybe they thought there was a bigger threat. But either way, felt like Alexi should have gone down, and then the number advantage in favor. This is the opener. Cave can be a cruel mistress. Snax giving that one up, and JL just taking the fight, not worried about the flames. Wonderful through the smoke, very brave.
And you can see a little bit of panic in G2's camp, right? And lack of communication maybe, because m0NESY dies trying to molly CT, which was already mollied, you know, by Hunter. And that's how JL dies ultimately. And NAVI just really fast on these rotations and just keeps fighting, right? I think that's what you need to realize if you're G2, and Malbs finally with an opening.
They went for a double molly start, and he just extinguished. Gave him vision, catches the run boost. Imet down and out, a nice opening manufactured by Malz.
The problem if this round continues forward, they've used 4 smokes to start. 1 for B lane, 1 lurk smoke, 1 for cave. Actually, they've used them all. Never mind, they're in. Number advantage, make that 2.
Oh, it's impossible for Bit now with low HP. They actually pull the plug.
Well, good rotation, but they've got to get past Wonderful's AWP.
He's in the right place at the right time. Oh, and he catches a shot onto Malz. Can't believe he hit that. Gets dinged in return. And then they're running in it. They're running away. I mean, what's Wonderful supposed to do? There's no options other than save here.
Yeah, the problem is the HP. I think if they had a little bit more, they might investigate sooner. And Snax has hung around. So if they were to rotate, he would hear these steps. But the fact they've come back silently, how many kills does Snax get here?
0.
1.
1.
Yeah. All right.
Looked like he was going to get cleared by Bit just as he was getting out of cave. But yeah, I think in the end, you know, G2 being able to plant in that last round enables them to buy here.
Easy for Hunter. Takes the AWP away.
Nice crosshair placement on that. Catches Bit. Full headshot.
Bit of misery in the finance department for NAVI. Even with the success of the rounds 1, because it was a 1v1 Wonderful versus Nico. Is he going to hold on to this? JL just playing deathmatch right now, swinging into all the jewels. Nico the last to find, and he'll take the fight, but Nico won't oblige. So this is good from JL staying alive. He can drop 1 rifle. With the loss bonus where it's at, I think we should be looking at a force buy. That's the best option for Na'Vi, but it's actually Taz who's taking the timeout.
Yeah, I think it's fine. You know, they only had 1 player left alive, so a crucial round. They feel that Na'Vi will be able to get together a buy, right? So you want to get all your ducks in a row in this round. How do you want to approach it? What the call is? As of right now, Na'Vi is not buying just yet. Okay, there they go. And JL could drop an AWP. Let's see if he decides to do that, or just another M4 to one of his teammates.
All right, it is going to be the full investment. You can see these buys coming in last second, so they're happy to take this tussle, but an important round for Na'Vi, and the same can be said for G2. They win this, they break the bank, they can add an extra round for free.
You're doing really good. These rounds are really good. You're fucking with their brains. Keep it up, Jan. Keep it up, boys.
Well, we didn't hear the whole timeout. I wonder if there was anything else added within those 30 seconds.
Why don't you just join my TeamSpeak channel and say, you're doing really good?
I can do that.
Yeah, maybe
next time I see you playing, I'll join up and I'll let you know.
Give me a Taz timeout.
That I can do. Tomorrow we've got a coach, Alex, so take some notes. Oh.
That's true.
Nico spots him on the jump. Aware of the cave player's position, replenish off the smoke. That'll buy them another 20 seconds. So a minute going to be available on the clock. Is this just harassment at B? It stops, you know, them being able to move around so freely. So a late clear of mid, likely now that we see the red smoke getting punched in. So from Heaven and Elbow, they'll waltz on out, they'll call it clear. There's still the opportunity to pivot. Oh, missed the donut flash, not the end of the world.
Looks cool though. So you park Malb's red, and you return through mid to cave. Smoke's very well timed.
Now you know there's an AWP.
You know that someone was cave. Alexi B's thrown that out, delays their options and their pivot.
That changes their call, right? You can see m0NESY with the bomb going towards A. Players posted up mid, probably going to split it just through donut. Leave Malbs to cut off the rotations from red. All right, they don't have any A main control from the start, so again, we see them go with 4 players through donut.
Oh, Nico saves them! That was the smoke that could have ruined the day, ruined the round for G2. And it changes everything by catching him on the jiggle. They're into the site unscathed. 5 alive in the post plant, and get out of there if you can. An M4 and an AWP to be saved through. They only just about pulled this buy together. They have to hold on to it.
You're at least sending 1 or 2 players out for the hunt here, but Nico literally wins them the round with that 1 kill. Because if he just gets spotted, Imma then drops the smoke, then they're going to question. They're probably going to try and pipe back either towards B or have to force through.
Like, what was it, 28 seconds? Something like that?
Wouldn't have been comfortable.
I actually wouldn't really hunt here because the money for G2 isn't great either. If they lose 1 or 2 players and then end up losing the following round, well, then they're back on an eco of their own. So you want to make sure always first and foremost that your economy is strong, right? And then you start worrying about, can you ruin the opponent's economy? Wonderful did fire off a shot, so they know that there's an op in play. JL still alive, saved M4, so...
Now, it looked crazy from Imma's POV. Maybe Nico's POV will give us some answers. Brah.
That's the thing. You're already aiming for that brokey position, right?
True.
So the crosshair placement is already going to be, and that's just unfortunate timing for JL on the jiggle, but still a marvelous shot there coming out from Nico, and potentially a half-changing shot.
Yeah, you're in a third map of a semi-final. You've got to count on Nico to be hitting those, and he has been. They're testing the pace now. JL on wonderful size under scrutiny. Malbs, that's a miss, and wonderful delivers on the cross, able to deliver the pre-fire. Brutal from Monacy, but Alexi B overlooked. Can he pivot back? He lives on and pushes on the reload. Snax goes down. Reloading in the open, no trade potential. 3 MP9s up against the AKs, and the pace change from G2 has resulted in Nico and Hunter, the Kovac cousins, to try and come up clutch. Walking in, Ime towards this ramp position. How patient is he? Hunter, oh, can't adjust. Can't finish it off. Up to Nico now, unknown. The bomb under Alexi B's rule. Nico has 60 seconds, and he's going for a very cheeky clear.
He's not going to go around the world. He's going to come back, so now he knows nobody's behind him.
Does mean that he can focus his attention on what's in front of him.
Does he know that Alexi is still inside? Does he think maybe he fell back out?
Seems like he's acknowledging the possibility. Oh, Info. Info goes both ways. Molly will force fight, tracks him, forces him back. Bit now down to half. Nico overlooks it. What's going on here?
What's Alexi do?
Should have won the round already.
And now they line up.
And if Alexi goes down on site and then Nico gets to control the jewels as they come out of cave, that could have gone either way. But that one right there, it looks really bad for Snax because he unloads in the smoke, doesn't expect Alexi to dip back out, but his teammates are worried about the rotation. They're not worried about covering him off because, hey, they're trying to stop anybody else from getting over. Alexi, after hearing the spam, pushes through, isolates Snax, and that is the kill that wins the round.
It just also looks pretty damning considering how all these other rounds have gone, right? Navi just sending players in. Like, you need to expect a quick retake. You need to expect something like that.
Well, they were right to expect Malbs. Imez put him on low disc, but he pushes through! The audacity on Malbs with 5 HP to push the smoke. Traded. Ramp. JL gets a flash, a lovely team flash to set him up, but he does finish off the job. Nico down, Hunter trades. It's all down to Monacy and Snax. Not the most potent of pairings. If Snax can get one here, he can't. It really falls to Monacy. And he doesn't even get a chance to play. What's that? Through the smoke from Bit.
Yeah, so the bomb was down just on the cusp. So he was waltzing through the smoke to try and pick up the bomb.
Right.
I think then it disappeared off the radar and Bit's just unloaded, knowing that he has to be fading away. But it felt like G2 had done enough as far as the rounds that they had won and the order they had won to keep it really difficult. And the B-Rush call, I quite liked it. I thought it was a good pace change. Yeah, they overwhelmed the AWP. Wonderful only got 1 kill in the previous. And yeah, it just comes down to that skirmish.
It was, but Navi is reading them really well. So I'm not sure if that's them just doing their job in preparing it.
Honestly, he's done an awful lot of work to take some space early, and wow, wonderful posted up, does deliver the frag to trade back.
Has the player already passed, though? He's not aware. Oh, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Bit's got him covered.
Imma's given up 3 opening kills in middle so far.
Okay, yeah, well, there's the problem in their CT setup. Alexi B has been having a strong day in the office in his cave position. This time, does he have a smoke grenade? Doesn't. Okay, head-on collision. How many have you got? None is the answer. Big frag from Snax. It might give him a chance to end 6-6. It might, being the operative word here, because JL gets away from the swing of Nico. Nade looks destined for some damage. Hunter and Nico. Tac 9 at this range is perfect, though. He can't fight out. What's this plan? That's abysmal. JL gets to bring down the planter, put it all onto Nico, and then keep walking through. Comfortable frags for JL, and it will be 7-5 at the half. NAVI in it to win it in pursuit of that grand final.
Wait again. I'm being going up, Raymond.
I'm flashing.
Pushing.
Flash.
Let's walk Sita.
Boom.
Let's walk Sita. I'm down.
Flash to that
One more
killer.
side. So, I'm going skate. Flash. Still,
Long pushing.
Nice.
1v1. Bro, this motherfucker, I mean, he's so fucking lucky. He's killing me to the smoke.
Competitive first half on map number 3, Ancient. We've gone the distance between NAVI and G2. Winner takes on Eternal Fire tomorrow in the grand final of ESL Pro League Season 20. I've got Yanko on one side, Machine on the other, and it looks like NAVI are hitting this one fast.
Yeah, direct approach when they stag mid as well. I mean, the cave flank, someone's going to have to be responsible for it. Imer looks like he's going to be tasked with it. Snacks, however, first tap. Imer catches Snacks, overlooking Imer. A flurry of Glock bullets finds the entirety of G2. So clean with it. And just as easy as that, a quad kill from Imer puts NAVI in prime position to run away with it here in the second half.
I'm gonna try. I assume that the call was it's a B rush, but it wasn't communicated whether it was through cave or whether it was through ramp.
Yes.
Because the way they responded to it was quick as if it was a B rush, right? Obviously.
But you assume ramp.
Well, yes. Which, Alex, you know what they say about assumptions?
Makes an ass out of you and me, and some people looked at it a little arse-like.
Yes, so after a great shot, that was really all that G2 and Snacks had to boast for that round. So
over to Yanko with the economical breakdown. What have you got for us?
There is a breakdown happening. I'm not sure how economical it is.
You need a round? You need a round.
This is the type of, this is the perfect round.
It's just the stuff you see all the time. Oh, wait.
Give us one more.
Shot.
Come on.
Oh, man. Nice idea. Wonderful. Just acknowledges, yeah, there's probably a ton of them there. Not going to give them anything.
Well, if they're quick and they contact in, they can still beat the timing of the rotation. Unless Nico happens. Here we go.
Yes, Nico's D. Got to get past it first and does miss his chance. Bit delivers a nice headshot. Monacy, however's USP. Hang on. JL's got it covered. They're actually pushing the smoke. It could get awkward. Could have.
Okay. Slight opportunities for that to go wrong. Just Malbs and Snacks. What are you putting that down to on the pistol, Yanko? Comms?
Comms, just a lack of awareness, really. You know, you're coming from with four players there. Why can't just a third player hold ramp for you while two guys look towards cave?
You don't want to retake through cave, right? But you need to acknowledge its existence.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right, the thing is, you don't want to go through cave with USPs against Glocks, right? They obviously are going to overwhelm you in that position.
Wouldn't they have heard them cave from mid?
That's what I was thinking, but obviously not. I don't know if we could get a replay of Malbs after he died there. It did sound like he hit the desk. My ears are really good.
I mean, just in general, the emotions have been running high throughout this series. I mean, even when you hear those listen-ins we're doing, yeah.
But why? You're on full eco.
No, I think it's just probably compounding from the
general
round before.
sentiment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
But
I'll allow it.
Emotions definitely running high. I've heard JL and Nico both having their own kind of rants and raves about what the other player is doing. I think they're both definitely wanting to maintain either the NAVI streak or to break the curse if you are G2.
Just a quick note, that smoke you see to the left there that extinguished the molly is a poorly thrown CT elbow smoke, so thank you very much, is what NAVI are saying to G2 right now.
Nade between the two of them. A two-man cave setup. Nico going looking. JL catching a little flack, but is there a punish available? You hear the reload. Alexi B does spam him out. This molly's great. It's going to force a reaction into the spray. Alexi can't convert. Nico down to 14. The spams will continue to be layered on thick.
So much harass, though. There's multiple bodies just trying to take this cave fight. This is so much resources and manpower put into the cave fight for NAVI. The round's not over. We're in a 5v5. We've got 45 seconds left on the clock. Red room taken from Imma. This is a huge pivot point. 3 on B. Have to push.
Yeah, it's what JL's waiting for. In fact, 3 of them are waiting for this. Look at that. Bit takes 4. Takes 2 from Bit. Then the Galil swings through.
It's done.
G2 booked on their Surge B ramp. Just another casual carry performance from JL as well.
He's having some great games, isn't he? Right, he's really having some strong performances. I know Nuke, he wasn't, it was more Bit, right? I think Bit was having a few big rounds over there. But yeah, JL, more often than not, is able to light up the scoreboard.
Yeah, maps 1 and 3.
What are you putting it down to, Yanko? Because the way that I'm able to piece this together is now the team has such a strong understanding of the way that they want to approach the game, that now the individuals within the system and the understanding of the decisions made, all that emboldens them, right? Like gives them the ability to make these type of moves. You were saying before, you feel like JL's just taking duels, just taking fights.
Yeah, I think absolutely the fact that they're more drilled as a team helps players have confidence because they piece the puzzle together quicker, and you know, obviously having a good idea of what's going on the map gives you confidence when you go for fights, when you clear angles and all that sort of stuff. But to me, honestly, I like the fact that he's not overthinking stuff. He's just going with it. He's just pushing. He's just being aggressive. He's going for duels. He's going for fights. And he's been really solid. Even on Nuke, maybe not the Nuke against G2 here, but I mean, he's a menace on the T side in that door area.
Yeah, have seen him have some really cool head-to-heads controlling that position of the map. Obviously, it didn't go his way in the previous, but it can always be very impactful within his position. Second tactical timeout call from G2. We're getting towards the tail end of this, and it feels like it is simmering out.
I mean, there's not much to say, really. You look at that round, what happened? Nico got low HP. They were sort of gambling towards B, wanting to be aggressive. Then, okay, we have to give up cave. They're really harassing us here. What's the only thing you can do is go down ramp, but there's not really any utility to support it. You're hoping sort of that the overwhelming numbers are going to catch NAVI by surprise, but you don't get any of the kills early on for that to even be an option for you. So, have to say.
Looking at Malbs, looking at Nico. To reinvigorate G2, they need something here in our 16th round. It has to be special. It cannot just be an 11th for NAVI, albeit partially invested.
Oh. All right, well, JL feels the pressure and Alexi B relieves it.
What do we do now? We've lost A. Guys, we have no info A.
Probably save.
that molly makes a decision for him.
Yeah, Alexi still has the smoke. And if they want to try and brute force their way in shore, take a look at the post plan that NAVI are trying to set up right now. So somebody over towards the platform in tall box position. Wonderful will take up big box. They've got somebody towards donut, make it 2, and a player patrolling main. So this should be NAVI's round.
Oh, he's real clean with it. From Bit in the round before to Ima in this one. The multi-kills and the potential for the individuals of NAVI to post them.
I don't get this from G2. It's like, what are you trying to do here? You're trying to retake 5v5 with one smoke and no kit. I understand that it's 10-5, you know, and about to be 11-5, and that you were going to bind this round anyway, but how about playing to contain and get some exits?
Damage,
and okay,
yeah.
you will lose the round, but you will get some AKs, right? You will boost your own economy. So if you do get rolling, if you can win a couple of rounds in a row, then you force NAVI to equal. Then all of a sudden the score might be close and they might turtle up a little bit more and you get a chance to play.
Oh, wonderful. Hard done by there. Hunter has delivered in buckets and spades. Oh, Spam, got to be careful because they're coming for you. JL can't control the spray until he does. Just about controls the hose pipe. Sprays down 2 on mid. Nico in the clutch. A 1 versus 2 quickly equalized. He finds Alexi and it's up to Bit to come up clutch. He's got bomb.
While we get a moment to catch our breath, building on Yanko's point about that not being the best financial decision, G2 came into this round without a single defuse kit. So if we get into a post plan and it comes down, never mind, it might not do that at all. Nico just staying, pivoting, moving. He's on the trail of Bit, trying to sniff him out.
I don't want to make any noise. He has just missed him twice.
Oh my god, he just started to pivot back.
Yeah. Okay, Bit. Heading now loud. Nico gets the confirmation. Maybe accelerates a little bit of his own. Trying to find that window of opportunity. Does have knife out, but still walking. And info. Info.
Oh!
Outrageous from Bit. Strafe into Temple. I'm playing a late post plant and then brings the fight straight into Nico. I mean, just what are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to do?
Why is he even gone for that, Pete?
It's inexplicable. I mean, just like it.
Cinema.
Yeah, just like Yanko's been saying. Just like Yanko's been saying, they're just taking fights. Like, why?
Because they can, Alex. I mean, that's what happens when you're the best team in the world. You just have that confidence and everything looks so simple for you, right? Like you read the game much easier. And
he doesn't realize how close he was to being taken down in the back multiple times, and then he does that.
Here I come.
Oh, this could be it. This could be the final round.
Oh, don't say that. It's 12-5 G2. All to play for. Everything to be lost if they cannot convert here. And a nice bit of information from Malms. An early A main push. Wonderful might be caught knife out. Or not.
Oh, that should be it, I would say. Number advantage. Util in their favor, weapons in their favor, time still on their side. NAVI just need to call themselves into the winning play.
I can make it even worse. They have no idea that Bit's in donut either. And that's a nice sequence of kills. Hunter and Snacks go down. Monacy and Nico helpless. And was it 7 in a row? 7 back-to-back losses for G2 versus NAVI.
About to be 8.
It's about to be 8.
Can't break the Alexi curse. G2 in their head. Monacy is going to try and make a round of this. Wonderful and Bit are still low. Alexi on full HP. The bomb having to pivot back on the long rotation. Monacy responding to this quite quickly. Nico on the other side of the map. So this is going to take a bit of time. It's all on Monacy. He needs to get a kill before he goes down to give Nico a shot.
Off you go, Monacy. Catches the boost. Knows there's a second there. Alexi B with the bomb on his back.
Look at the time.
He's cautious, and understandably so. A smoke to play around. I love this from Monacy. Throws it out. Gives him some freedom to continue to be threatening. As Alexi escorts that bomb in, supported now by Bit. Playing for the grand final. Nico activates. Nice isolation. Catches Bit. Overlooking Alexi. Can't finish. And G2 survive. A long road back into this series, 7 consecutive rounds, but there's the first. And immediately Blade wants to go on the mic.
All you have to do is ask yourself, how many times is it going to be possible for individuals to pull G2 out of holes within rounds, right? Because I think in terms of the approach, NAVI are going to have them covered. They're going to need, right, a real inspirational play from every single member of G2 stepping up. It's going to have to be perfect from this point forward.
I think the problem is, like, you look at some of the comebacks that we had, like the Liquid phase 1, right? And that was just Liquid starting to feel the pressure as the score gets closer. I don't think that's going to happen to NAVI.
No.
NAVI's not going to feel pressure at any point, you know, even if something crazy does end up happening. I think the chances are much higher they will just win this round and it will be over.
You saw him, Donut. He saw you yourself.
I'm curious, because from our POV, it didn't look like Bit was looking in the direction of Donut, but he
Like
must
he
have
was
been
looking at Temple.
Yeah, so I suppose in that conversation, they've seen an awful lot.
Wow.
All right, well, this could be it. This could be the final round. I said that last round. We'll say it again. They're going to apply a bit of early A pressure. Imma with the CT smoke to force that rotation, try and soften up the mid defense. Barrage utility pressuring towards B lane. There's that CT smoke, as mentioned. That'll keep the commitment of Malbs. They'll keep him planted.
Jail searching ramp. Cross to Beehive. Nico in the open. A perfect flashbang. Wonderful.
Sights open.
Blinds Nico. It facilitates the B side. They get straight in there. And G2 have got 3 opportunities. Malbs, m0NESY, and Hunter. Is there any way back into this site, or is this where the game is lost? It looks very good for NAVI. 5 alive. m0NESY will shift the tide with 1, and that's all. m0NESY empty-handed after the first, and NAVI secure it. The grand final will be theirs against Eternal Fire. G2 just cannot beat this fucking team. 8 in a row.
That's where the question begins. Is it more in the G2 players' heads, or is Alexi B just an absolute mastermind? He's going to be keeping them awake. It's the core that suffers another defeat to Alexi. And NAVI continue up this strong form since the second half of the year has kicked off.